Alright, go ahead. So, funnily enough, apparently fucking, Tekken's like $100 versions on sale for like $17 on Xbox. And it's like, I don't like Tekken, but that's a pretty good fucking deal. When did this game come out?
2012.
I gotta say, I thought it would have looked a little better. Well, that was easy. I'm so glad no one noticed the fucking soldier just fucking jumped down.
Love to be able to jump this high.
Would that even be useful for your job?
Immensely.
Wouldn't you have to stay up there, though, to, like, actually do your job?
I could just hang from a roof.
Most people, oh, I want the parasite for this, Kyle. I don't have to use a ladder when it's raining anymore. I'm so glad you got your priorities in order.
Fuck yeah.
So was there any other feat besides the World Tree feat that's dead? Okay. Potentially, the Ymir feat's also dead. Potentially.
And so is the actual the actual story of how the cosmology came to be, and also Mimir knowing like his shit.
I should watch the gameplay for that to make sure there's no other context to that line, but yeah, no. So now even Mimir is like not even like an infallible source of information. Which that one actually really fucking sucks. Because for those of you who don't really know, Mimir is supposed to be like the smartest man alive in the Norse pantheon. So we all just kind of assumed that he was supposed to be like, accurate about all his information. Yeah, the cosmologists didn't get fucked as well to some extent. Whether or not Kratos has fate resistance also kind of gets called into doubt. At least according to the Nords, the Norse pantheon doesn't have fate. So, yeah, no, because apparently according to the Nords, fate itself is not technically real. It's all just based on people's actions. So take that one as you will. Which I gotta say, I do not like how fate's represented in the Norse pantheon, because basically, I don't know if you've seen the Norse cutscene yet, Kyle, but apparently fate just isn't real. Destiny's not real in the Norse pantheon. It's just that the people who can tell prophecies can just predict you so effectively that they just seem omniscient by comparison. Which is kind of funny. That's actually their line in the game. They're like, people think we're like omniscient, but it's just because you guys are so predictable. Man, I'm so glad they improved their storytelling since last time. Aren't you, Kyle?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it feels like the story's practically ran by an entirely new team. Don't you agree? I'm fucking lying, bro. Didn't the Norns all say Kratos would die? So this is the fucked up part about it. The way they word Kratos dying, you can heavily imply that it doesn't mean he's gonna die at that pantheon at that moment. They're kind of cheeky about it. They gotta be. They gaslight people and then tell them they're wrong.
Your type of people.
I don't gaslight people, Kyle. That's your guys' job. No, like straight up. So you remember how Freya did what she did to Baldur specifically because she was worried about a prophecy from the fucking Nords? The boy doesn't remember. They just straight up fucking gaslight her, and they're like fucking So isn't Danny Kratos' story? No, he lives. Although, was anyone seriously doubting whether or not Kratos is going to die this game? Real talk for a minute. I mean, who was actually holding the breath there on that one? I think it would have been a lot cooler if Kratos actually fucking did die, but Labio actually. No one was seriously taking Kratos' death like Kratos dying seriously. Come on now. Who are you lying to? Fucking PlayStation would never let that fucking money train go. Good God, are you kidding me? Bro, Kratos alone sells PlayStations. They would never give him up. Never. He's literally Prince Money. The PlayStation, like probably half the PlayStation sales from recently, fucking were just because of Ragnarok. We're being honest. Oh, what the fuck is that thing? It's fucking hideous. It looks kind of like using. Wow. Same time effect I charged at the beginning. Well, it doesn't matter. Kyle killed in like 2 seconds flat. Man, this game's combat must be pretty fucking intense. Kyle's just fucking struggling out there. Look at him. Lost. Sorry. Why'd you kill that innocent fucking guy, dude? I saw Kratos in Chinese or Hindu pantheon. Imagine Monkey King taunting Kratos. I'm convinced that this is Kratos' last game. I do not believe that Kratos is gonna like go to another pantheon. There's no reason narratively for him to leave the pantheon at this point.
Hang on, I'm just going to the toilet before I do. It's pretty much implying from the mural that like Kratos is going to stay and rule over the Norse pantheon, and if there is going to be another game, it's going to be solely with Atreus.
Yeah, let's see how that fucking turns out for them. Alright, so Kyle's using the restroom, I guess. I think if we do get Kratos back for another God of War game, straight up, it's most likely going to be one of two things. Number one, it's going to be either Kratos has to defend the Norse pantheon from an invading pantheon, or number two, Atreus is going to like ask for his help in the next game, and he's going to show up and be like, yo, bro, what's up? Son, I missed you. I'm here to help, son. Don't worry. We'll get through this together. It would also be kind of out of character for Kratos to go kill another pantheon at this point, because they've really turned him into more of a pacifist, all things considered. Wouldn't fit the character arc. Kyle, are you back already?
I am.
I thought you went to go use the restroom.
Yes, I did.
What the fuck? Okay. Alrighty then. That was that was a little fast, you know? Guy was gone for like 5 minutes. No, not even 5 minutes. Like fucking 3 minutes. All right, I guess we're just gonna leave that alone. We're just not gonna question it. I just hope they don't touch the old God of War games. Just remake it or just remaster it. I mean, yeah, they could just remaster it. I don't think they will personally, but they could do that. Oh, well, this isn't going to turn out bad at all. He had a lot of tattoos removed? Who did? And Ragnarok Kratos just got mid-upgrade moveset and one spear move. Really, Santa Monica, I'm not expecting much, but that's lazy as fuck. Guys, Santa Monica Studio is doing their best. Come on now. Kyle, your major God War fan, thinks Santa Monica is doing their best?
No.
Of course Kyle thinks they're doing his best. Come on, guys. When has Kyle ever criticized Santa Monica Studios? Exactly. Never.
It's sort of like the scaling shit. Like, the gameplay still feels lazy as fuck.
Kyle, why are you lying? That game's Game of the Year. I hope Milner's some sort of secret weapon and shit. I can spoil that for you right now if you want. Because it seems that the answer may surprise you. Oh, he gets the fucking things too. Nice.
We are nearly into like 20, 2023, and no game is still beating Elden Ring. So
What are you talking about, Neo? The game of the year just dropped yesterday. Elden Ring, more like Elden Mid. Am I right?
Elden, you suck.
Don't hate me just because I'm right, Neo. It's not my fault that I'm cursed with knowledge.
Although in all seriousness, I would say that like Xenoblade 3 is probably is like following like right close behind. Like really close behind. I'm like really close to finishing it, but even though I mean even then I don't really need to entirely finish it to really say that yeah, this game is already like one of the best games of the year, if not just the best. I'm like really close. But yeah.
Well, it's probably
I
gonna get
know.
fucked over because it's just a Nintendo only console.
I would say, man, it is a shame because honestly, yeah, I feel like not being able to play Xenoblade Frieza is like a huge miss out.
Because no one's gonna really be able to play it anyways, even if it is a like super fucking good game.
I don't know. Well, whenever we get close to like 2023, which is like somewhere in December, I'll probably make a list of like the best games of the year. Which I'm gonna be honest, for surprisingly a pretty solid lineup this year. I'm not gonna lie, actually.
You're actually gonna think about it, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I already know what my top three is gonna be, but it's like beyond that, yeah, it's gonna be like a hard pick there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my choice is gonna be there. Hello, guys. The guys, was I was gonna send you something. Remember Star Decks I mentioned? Yes, I believe I did.
I will definitely say that 2022 definitely was a good year for hack and slashes in my personal opinion.
Oh shit! Good shit, man. Good shit. Or who knows, guys? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Bayonetta 3 will actually take Game of the Year. Ha!
I'm not actually gonna be surprised if it does. Although I need to actually get it though. That's the thing.
Worst games have gone Game of the Year. Is that gonna be Elden Ring? I don't know, man. A lot of people like how God of War turned out. A lot of people like it.
I don't know. There's a good amount of candidates. I know for sure that Elden Ring's at least going to be an honorable mention on there. I know for a fact that's going to happen. It may already win it, but if not, at the very least, honorable mention.
Oh yeah.
Well, in all fairness, I mean, it's not like God of War didn't win Game of the Year or some shit, so I don't know.
Yeah, because God of War won Game of the Year last time, right?
Yep. I forgot what was the. I don't know. Well, then again, people have their different reasons for whatever, so I don't know. I don't know. Although I'm not saying that with disdain, because in my personal opinion, even though it wasn't my game of the year, okay, fine. I guess I can see it. I guess I can see it. I mean, honestly, I can see it. I don't personally agree with it, but all right, fine. Most From Software games usually get game of the year. Yes, because they're goated.
Yeah,
That,
Neo. just out of curiosity, how much do you know about space shuttles?
Fuck you.
Uh, I mean, I guess a good amount enough. I guess I'm assuming it's going to follow some sort of question.
Yes. What would be the fastest space shuttle from 2012 and previous?
I'm not sure, but space shuttles in themselves are actually pretty fast. Matter of fact, give me a minute. See if I can get the exact. Okay, there we go. There we go.
Hello, Demon. Hello,
But
Alan.
okay, hold on a second. Actually, no, forget. Let me just convert that into. Give me a minute. So to make this a lot more easier on me. Like, okay, here we go. Let me change this real quick. Yeah, it's been like reported that like space shuttles can move at like 7,777 meters per second. That's not the fastest one, but that's tend to be like a good estimate speed.
I'm
That's a
also my mouth
space.
hurts. Yeah, I had a bad experience earlier too, but it wasn't involving my mouth, so I don't know how that's treating you. Hopefully, you'll feel better about it. I gotta fucking work on my essay tomorrow, so I have a few more days to work on it. Good lord. Bayonetta 3's gameplay is 20 times better than Ragnarok. Guys, 20 times 0.
At least Bayonetta's gameplay has depth.
Hey, God of War does too, Kyle. How about you play it and find out?
Yeah, I literally spent all day yesterday playing it. Well, not all day, after work playing it.
Suspicious.
I don't know. I feel like I'm one of those people who actually do like God of War like gameplay. Obviously, it doesn't beat like the older ones, but I do feel like it's passable for what it is. I do obviously do want the older gameplay back. That's never gonna happen though.
Have some faith, guys. Maybe one day they'll bring it back. Maybe one day they'll just
But
run it back and be like, yo, let's go back to the good old days of God of War.
it's just the biggest issue that I have with like the God of War, the post God of War type of like gameplay. It's just that it feels well. Obviously, it feels watered down and the likes, but even for what it is, it feels like there could be a lot more to it. It feels kind of like one of those generic type of hack and slashes that like for casuals, like for example, what Marvel Avengers was.
Damn. Damn, we still roasting Marvel's Avengers?
I mean, in all fairness, that game had no right being as awful as it is. You literally had the setup right there, and also you decided to make it a live service game. Like, boy, fuck out of here with that.
I was at dentist yesterday cutting a tooth out and getting a new one or whatever they did. The pain sucks. Oh, that fucking sucks. Yeah, that sounds god awful.
But yeah, no, I don't mind God of War post God of War 4's like gameplay, but this at the same time I do obviously wish it there was more to it.
Yeah, understandable, understandable.
Like dude, you can't even fucking like bro, why would you remove one of the abilities to jump a hack and slash?
You know, that seems to be quite a big complaint around these parts.
Well, one of the biggest appeals in hack and slash was just being able of dynamic movement and so on and so forth. Well, not every hack and slash has to be as like flashy and like as like fast moving as like Bayo or like Devil May Cry, but like at the same time, at least the ability to jump.
Look, you know you fucked up when the DMC reboot has better aerial game.
Why you gotta do him like that, Kyle?
Seriously, compared to almost any other hack and slash I've played, like all the major ones I've played, whether we're talking again, aforementioned Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, even Ninja Gaiden, and like some of the earlier hack and slashes that weren't DMC1. Like, dude, there's so much you can do in them. Like, what the fuck?
Ultimate Alliance is way better than Marvel Avengers. That's not saying much, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say that really isn't saying much, but yeah, that's fair. Fair statement.
Marvel's Avengers must have been a fucking just a sick joke at the office.
I'm glad Angry Joe fucking bombed the fuck out of that game. No, seriously, like, dude, what were they trying to gain? See, here's my thing, man. Here's my thing. This is one of the main reasons why I'm just so fucking done with most AAA companies, especially Western ones. Like, dude, do you just not know how to make? Do you just not know how to make a good game? And not only that, but make a game that people want to play. Seriously, no, I wouldn't even be so mad if it wasn't fucking live service with borderline, and not even just like typical gotcha type shit. But I'm talking about the ones that actively prey on you and like, because yes, there are gotcha that aren't actively trying to fucking prey on you.
Who are you lying to?
Nobody.
Can't be me, because I play mobile games fucking every day. Where's this gotcha you're talking about, Neo? I want to see it. I don't believe it's real.
Bro, you play the most okay, you know what? Fuck it.
Damn. You gonna talk shit about Omnia in my presence?
To go back to shit, they go back to basically shitting on basically something that can't defend itself. Did you see basically how the game basically went out of its way to debunk all the feats that people used to use for power scaling it?
Yep.
See, I wanted to leave the power scaling aspect alone for the time being and just not even bother with it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're just being casual about it. No one's saying anything that doesn't need to be said. Okay.
I'm just happy that
So if Dante and Bayonetta were protagonist off, John was able to summon a demon and try and fight Dante. Want Dante to be like, okay, give me a reason to beat your ass now? I mean, he would have done it anyway. Let's not lie to ourselves.
What is with Square Enix's decade? Fuck if I know, man.
Oh, actually, speaking of Square Enix, is what was the Final Fantasy game that came out this year?
Stranger of Paradise?
Yeah, has that dropped in price yet?
No. Actually, it might have. Pretty good. I'd say it's better than God of War.
Oh, I was gonna say honestly, I feel like you would enjoy it. Honestly, it's actually really fun. Like really, it's actually really really fun. More than it really ever.
I was planning on getting it. The problem is just like I forgot that it came out and it was too much money at the time.
I guess it's fair waiting for a price drop on it. Either way, I still definitely get it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. I still gotta play a DLC later. What if Mercer? What?
I was gonna say the game is like deceptively fun. It doesn't look like it'd be as fun as it actually really is.
Yeah, I agree. What if Mercer absorbed Death Claw? He'd probably just get. Well, actually, I don't even think he'd get anything from the Death Claw. He already has everything a Death Claw could give him.
Deathclaw from like Fallout.
Yeah, biomass.
Yeah. Death Claw from the Fallout games. The Trash Claw, as we like to call it. The why the fuck did they put two Death Claws on a fucking bridge in one DLC? You know, good shit. Yeah, it's okay, now you give me a reason to beat your ass, now you give me a reason to kill you. No, I mean, Dante would just fucking fight John in general because she'd fucking fight him back.
Wait, what Soulsborne game you guys like the most? Mine is Sekiro because the gameplay is parry focused. I've said this before and said this many times that like the Souls games are my favorites, but the first one is always gonna be my favorite. I put it on record that it's literally one of my favorite games of all time.
Dark Souls 2 was the best Souls game.
I was gonna say, and although I do feel like Bloodborne's like a close second for me personally, that game is just amazing on almost every level, straight up.
Zane speaking facts. Oh, that's all I do, guys. That's all I do on this channel. I just speak facts, speak truth.
I guess a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, I know you are right every now and again.
Like more often than for years.
It's what I do, guys. What I do. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys finally noticed the channel. You know, me speaking truth all the time. So glad someone noticed.
Although speaking of which, I would say that Elden Ring would follow somewhere in like the third. Again, I don't think it's better than Bloodborne. It's definitely close in my opinion, personally.
Fair enough. So Dante didn't think people who have full attention to so many demons deserve death penalty? Not really. I don't really think he's ever demonstrated that hatred like that.
Of all Souls games, I haven't played Dark Souls 2 and Bloodborne is my second.
Why have you done that to yourself? Why don't you go play a real game? What the fuck? Kyle, why are you fucking touching him like that?
Almost molester.
Well, you are working for the church.
I am just doing God's work.
You sick fuck. Alex Mercer versus Mirumin?
Yeah. Mirum from Hunter Hunt. Okay, now that's funny right there.
Oh, hang on, that's a U. Sorry, I'm looking over here. What if Neo was white?
Do not help him pronounce the name. Let him figure out how to pronounce it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Kyle just hates me. It's okay. I get it. I get it. If I look this good, I'd be upset with me too.
So you have no reason to be upset.
I haven't given you a single reason to be upset. You just hate me because I'm beautiful.
So you're not upset and you're not beautiful. So I don't see the issue here.
Wow.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say to answer your question, really, I'm honestly just gonna give that to Miram, like just straight up.
I'm not.
Oh, really?
He's faster, but he has no way to put Alex down. And on top of the fact that the Black Lives like vapor and breathing in, he'll pretty much die the instant he touches him. And because he has a very big habit of eating something that's, he's gonna think that Alex is using Nen. He's gonna try and eat his brain. He's gonna get a massive dose of fucking virus. And because he basically has no immunity, he'll die quicker than how he died to the radiation.
Oddly
Yeah,
specific circumstance, but okay.
I was gonna say, I guess in that particular stance, I would say. But here's the thing, though: Miraman himself, at least as far as combat goes, and as far as like reading opponents, he's probably like one of the best people in just the series outright, and in general, just actually a really good fighter, and not just fighter, but also like basically someone who's really perceptive in the likes. So I'm not sure if he would, at least initially, go for like Alex particularly in that way. So like I'm not sure. I mean that's not to say that isn't a win con, because that would be one. I'm just not saying.
The reason I say he would is because, well, let's say he thinks he puts Alex down. The way Alex changes his body, he's gonna think, "Fuck, he's a Nen user. That brain be tasting nice."
Wait, what is this guy? A fucking zombie?
I don't really say maybe perhaps, but also I guess it also does depend if we're talking about pre rolls or post rolls and the likes too, because like after he basically comes back, he also gets all kinds of like stupid shit as well too. But
He gets extra abilities, but he still gets no resistances to anything. Like he was still dying due to the radiation. And the biggest problem going into this is that like this isn't even going to be like something to be like determined by skill. It's sadly going to be like what most of Alex matches is going to end up being, and that the virus is fucked, and there's little to no way to get around it. Because even if he hits him with the Rage Blast, you kind of have to prove that the Rage Blast would pretty much erase him on the molecular level. And depending on how you want to take the bomb that was supposed to glass him, it could be.
Guys, we're still talking about an ant, right?
Okay, so I'm going to ignore you because you don't know what it
As if you needed an excuse to ignore me, honestly. Kyle?
oh yeah, I think he cut out.
Kyle, where the fuck are you?
Still here.
Oh, okay, good. Alex Mercer versus Luffy. Elfine lied.
It's Lucy.
I said
Also-
Lucy. I said that one right.
Oh, you did
No,
not.
What'd I say?
I said Luffy. No, no. Okay, Barrel, didn't you hear Luffy? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Did I say Luffy?
He said Monkey D. Lucy.
What the fuck? Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. That's on me. That's on me. Fair enough.
I don't know anything about Elvin Lee, but I'm pretty sure Lucy's demonstrated molecular destruction.
She has, but even then, she also literally has the ability. She has like stupid reactive evolution that literally gives her resistance to things that initially was affecting her, and it doesn't even just happen like after exposure. Like literally the moment it's happening, it just adapts like that. Actually, is like not even joking. So like she does have a means of like getting around Alex's like virus and the like so on and so forth.
I think that's going to be a case of like it's going to be a continuous battle, but it's pretty much going to end in like a stalemate if it came down to like the virus versus that immunity.
So Alex would not be able to absorb her.
I highly doubt he didn't get the opportunity.
Can you get the tarnished universal multiversal like you can with Dark Soul protagonist and the Hunter? Probably.
Yeah, actually you can. At the very from again, I never bothered to get back into this. I never bothered to like get onto this too, but like through like certain things of how you scale Elden Ring, at the very least it should be like somewhere universal. But I'll even argue multiversal is very viable too. But
Listen, as long as you
Like
say
the
it's star
very-
level, I think we're fine.
I'm gonna say the very lowest I would put Elden Ring is like somewhere at the very lowest as like multi galaxy, because Randy has like a very explicit feat where she like just literally creates an entire dimension with multiple galaxies. Like it's literally just on screen. Like it's not even the typical vague Souls like type shit. It's literally on screen. You can see in your fucking face. Somehow versus Wild Wiki still has them at like concretely like tier 7 with only the possibility of tier 4.
Sounds about right. I heard nothing wrong there.
Oh no, actually, now I just remembered something too. Now, since we're talking about Alex Mercer matches, there's not too many well, actually, there's a little bit of fanatics with this, but not too much to where I would justify it being being a death battle. Also, on top of the fact that it's kind of a stomp, anyways, is Deoxys versus Alex Mercer.
What is a Deoxys?
It's a mythical Pokemon from Pokemon. It's a virus Pokemon that literally came from space on a rock through another galaxy.
Alright. Oh. Alrighty then. Good for Deoxys. Can Alex breathe in space?
I
I
don't
don't.
remember.
He has lungs.
I don't remember if he. I don't think that's. He probably could find a way to breathe in space, but I'm not sure if he innately can though.
Alex Mercer versus anime? Damn, good question.
It's a very interesting question. I don't know. Try to go in the water and we'll have our answer.
Alex should be able to breathe in space, technically. Why is Kyle playing a black dude? He's playing Heller from Prototype 2.
What story is better, Mercer or Heller?
Well, Kyle, answer the question.
Depends on what you're looking for.
Ask and answer the question, not become a glorified fence sitter.
Oh my god. Carnage versus Alex Mercer. I swear to God we've gotten it. I swear to God that question's already came up before.
Sounds familiar. Why are you playing as Heller? What is his role? His role is the protagonist. How far into Infamous would Alex Mercer get? Kyle, go.
Are you talking like if you were to replace him in the story, or are you talking like go up against other conduits? Because I think that there are very few conduits that would be able to beat him. Your standard conduit is not as powerful as Cole.
Why are you lying to me? Cole's just an average everyday guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to back Kyle on this though. Yeah, there's not many conduits who actually withstand a chance. Really.
Wow, just paint their entire race with one broad stroke, Neo. I was expecting better from you. So, when did you guys realize you hated Infamous?
I literally like Infamous more than I literally like Infamous more than Prototype. What are you talking about?
Why are you lying to me? Can you get Cole to planet level?
No. I mean, you could, at the very most, probably come to like somewhere in like Moon, but like planet though.
Delson beats the shit out of Alex, especially if you go by Delson in the handshake ending.
I don't agree. Again, most of Alex's opponents, you can say they AP stomp him. That's not the problem. The problem is that you can't fucking kill him.
Get him, boys! Get him!
So quickly, it would not be any stretch of the imagination that he would be able to adapt to all of Delson's stuff before, like, he even, like, overwhelms him. And again, if he touches him physically, it's fucking over.
He's lying, boys. When has Kyle ever been a credible source of information? Well,
What kind of
powers
blast-
and oh, what?
Take down a church.
What powers and abilities does Delson have? Quite a bit, actually. Funny enough, like no joke, just quite a bit.
Concrete, neon, video, which that doesn't make any sense, but okay, and smoke.
Were you just listing off a bunch of random words, or what the fuck were you just saying?
No, those are actual powers he has.
I think the biggest crime of Second Son is that it's like fucking 3 hours long. It feels like a glorified DLC.
Yeah, kind of. Well, not even kind of. Yeah, you're right.
Father, we don't have time for this melodramatic shit, alright? You can't stay here. That's no reason to lay down and die. No, get somewhere safe. I mean it. I need you, Father. We're in this together.
If I remember correctly, isn't First Light just as long?
I believe so.
Smoke is just explosion shenanigans.
Alright, Father. I'll join you after I'm done here. Thank you. No problem.
If you say so. Care to elaborate on that, Neo?
I mean, not sure what else I would want me to elaborate on. That
I don't know. He
hasn't
said
kinda
care to
already been
elaborate on
said.
it.
Viper 1-2, come in. Viper 1-2. Hell, my Viper 1-2 suit.
With video, Delsink and some of these code demons.
Checkmate, how copy? Checkmate.
Wait, he has like digital fucking manipulation.
Green zone. Coordinates transfer.
Yeah.
Bellamy's a Gen-Tech.
Shouldn't that beat Alex then pretty easily?
Reach is paramount.
No,
What?
If you even think you
because that's technically still energy, and Alex, because of absorbing green, literally has access to energy manipulation.
Full of shit!
Viper, it's Dr. Ted Bellamy. I'm supposed to get evac out of here. Where's
Wait. That's not energy. Who are you lying to?
Does Delson have
Okay,
super?
maybe. Maybe it would kill Alex if he was a radiant.
Does Delson have super strength, super speed? Can he fly? Can he take bolt? Well, I'm not sure why that particularly matters, though. Like, it kind of already. Again, we've kind of already mentioned some of the stuff that he has.
Potentially, yes, he can shoot laser beams from his eyes if you want to know.
my ride that just crashed?
Surprised that hasn't actually been a thing in Infamous, despite that actually being possible.
Probably because, like, trying to properly explain how eye lasers work as a power is just never a good idea. Like,
Infamous doesn't explain shit. You just you can just do it.
like Cyclops' actual power in Infamous, or, like, in any other scenario, would be, like, one of the worst things to have.
It's terrible in the X-Men. He always has to wear those fucking goggles.
Well, that's just because of the fact that he has to trap this energy from a different dimension, and keep it from like leaking out.
Okay, to be fair, I know nothing about Cyclops. I did not know it was like an extra-dimensional laser.
So, yeah, because they don't tell you in any of the stories that his eye lasers come from a separate dimension. But I think the actual lore is that his eyes are portals to a different dimension that just continuously spew out energy. which is a little inconsistent unless like he got his powers later on in life.
Listen, Cyclops is weird. His whole powers is weird. His whole thing is weird. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, he's actually just, he's really, he's an enigma despite being, at least for a long time, the leader of like the X-Men. But like, at the same time, his powers are actually pretty interesting.
It's okay, man. He's in a fucking bisexual relationship with Wolverine now. It's all good.
Are you ready for the comic to come out and basically say that extra dimension is just the Phoenix Force?
Honestly, that would actually make sense. No,
Yeah, his wife ruined his life several years too early.
well, in all fairness, Cyclops in like that entire run, and like his entire run was kind of a dick, but that's irrelevant though.
Damn. You're gonna do him like that, huh?
Well, no, okay. Well, you just have to read the comics to understand. To understand. No, actually, Cyclops is like mad underrated. I don't know why. Too, like, people know who Cyclops is. We're all familiar with him, but he's still somehow managed to be very underrated. I hate that.
Wait, does it turn people into energy? So what's stopping him from turning Alex into energy first?
Wait, Delsin can turn people into energy. Oh yeah, that is true. That is true. Can do that.
Alright, so
Get him, Kyle. Get him.
the thing to say that is that he has to get close and to touch Alex, and that's not a smart idea. He will die before he transforms him into energy. And two, with the Medusa's Wrath, he can literally just hit him with the eye lasers and kill him. The eye lasers have depth manipulation.
You heard him, guys. Death manipulation. Lots of death manipulation. Medusa's Wrath is canon?
Yes. See, this is what I hate when people are just like, oh, you can't use you can't use the DLC powers. Yeah, you can. The ones that you can actually explain in canon, yes, you can. And all the lasers are just energy manipulation. They just have the properties of death manipulation on top of it. Not all of the DLC powers are viable, but enough of them can actually be explained in canon for why they could like actually have them.
He's lying, guys. Don't fall victim to his false prophets.
He's underrated because the movies put too much focus on Wolverine instead of balancing out the screen time. But between that is fair, honestly. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Taking a step outside the movies, just in talking with like X-Men in general, I'm gonna be honest that like aside from like a certain amount of X-Men. Well, then again, it depends on which run, because the older runs actually, made the X-Men very interesting and actually shed light on just about every single one of them and how interesting they were and the likes. It's just that Wolverine's the fan favorite, so he gets the most ample time, though.
He's also not exactly an uber racist like the rest of them.
How is the rest of the X-Men uber rate? Okay, anyways.
Are you serious? They literally fucking. Well, you have not read recent comics, have you?
No, I haven't. No, I don't read comics that much anymore because they're shitty.
Probably for the best. The allegory for racism has decided to turn on its creator.
I was gonna say, after a certain point, the amount of comics I know is just cut off after a certain point. That perfectly correlates to the quality of comics in general.
So like, listen, once comics started sucking ass, I was gonzo.
Like, dude, you can tell me right now that Hulk became like this god. They became like this god, the one above all, or some shit, and I would not know that at all because I haven't read any recent fucking comics.
Well, it's okay because he did. You're welcome. Or I guess technically an Avatar, the one above all. Take your pick.
No, I actually do know about that, and that whole situation is very fucking ridiculous, and I love it. Actually, I will say this: Well, the recent stuff that they done with Hulk in general, okay, I'll give them that. That's actually pretty solid, somewhat. I'll at least give them that. But for the most part, I haven't touched Marvel in a good amount of time.
Probably for the best.
Like that's the thing about it too. It's like it's mostly Marvel that's gotten the backhand with it. Like DC, don't get me wrong, it's shit too. But at the very least, it does have some stuff that are all right.
DC just got a few things that are alright, everyone else just kind of gets fucked.
And the funny thing is, it's like the same can't even be said about like their cinematic stuff. DC cinematic stuff has just always been kind of. Ugh. Meanwhile, Marvel's is kind of just becoming bleh.
Yeah.
Hang on. The DC's animated movies are pretty fire.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because somehow
then
they were able
also-
to only figure out animated movies and they can never figure out the live action scene.
I was gonna say, in all fairness, man, the entire Marvel phase right now has kind of just been underwhelming, and I really hope it gets so much. I really hope it gets better.
Man, it's crazy. It's almost like maybe things need build up and time instead of just rushing fucking head first.
And with the whole thing about She-Hulk as well too, it's kind of making me it's kind of making me lose a whole ton of faith in like the MCU anymore. Like it's been a while since I've last actually laughed at an MCU movie, despite the rampant insistent jokes.
Are you saying you didn't appreciate She-Hulk, Neo?
No, it was bad. Listen, dude, I'm not gonna talk about the specifics, but the way it ended like the writer tried to be Grant Morrison, but don't actually know what makes Grant Morrison actually good when he does metafiction.
Don't listen to him, guys. Neo just doesn't like women. He doesn't like a strong, empowered female leading their own show, even though they got upstaged by Daredevil for like 5 minutes, for the 5 minutes he was there.
No, you say it as a joke, but any show that has like that moniker that we have a strong female protagonist, it's a red flag. It's gonna suck. It's just a red flag.
Listen, I'm just gonna watch fucking Black Panther 2 just to see what they're gonna do there. Because if Black Panther 2 sucks, MCU's gone.
Plot twist: they just turn everybody white. They just turn everybody white.
What's the in universe explanation for the new?
Sorry.
Kyle, if you want to speak, go
Universe-
ahead and speak.
As should be expected, if you take out those communication systems, they
Damn, I think he cut out.
What's the actual in universe reason for the new Black Panther?
Like in universe, what do you mean? Like
I think he just dies of random disease. I don't think they mentioned what killed him. I'll probably watch the movie next week.
hostile has destroyed Com Tower 1.
Bandai has a massive sale on the Xbox. The game's like 30 to 90% off. Yeah, I was thinking about buying Tekken 7 with all of its DLC, even though I dislike Tekken. But Tekken 7 with all of its DLC costs $120, and they're giving it away for $17. I might not like Tekken, but I kind of do want to give Noctis a try.
I think I made a rant on this way back when on a stream, but honestly, dude, comic book movies is just kind of always been a thing that's kind of. I like them. I obviously like them, and I'm glad they're giving comics publicity. Matter of fact, I would go on to say that if comics didn't have movies, they probably wouldn't have become as normalized as they are nowadays in terms of like how many people enjoyed them. But like, as like a huge comic fan, or at least used to be. Nowadays, I do like comics, but I don't consume them anymore because they're all shitty. But that being said, though, like as a former like huge comics fan, it kind of bothers me because like a lot of like knowledge that people have of these are strictly on the movies and not the comics themselves. And it's gotten to a point where like the movies kind of just overshadow comics in terms of like public knowledge and the likes and what people know about them. Aside from maybe like the big three like Superman and Batman. No, actually, no, not even Wonder Woman's safe from that because most people only go cite the movie, but they don't actually know much shit about the comics. So never mind. Not even the big three, just only the big two.
You think Wonder Woman? Now it's up to us good writers to prove female protagonists work. I mean, the female protagonists aren't that bad, guys. Come on, huh? They haven't been all garbage. Just quite a few of them, but come on.
You would watch Black Panther 2, but you wouldn't watch Black Adam.
I actually forgot Black Adam came out.
I actually heard it was pretty alright.
Until last weekend, I didn't even know Black Panther 2 was coming out this soon.
The only reason I know about Black Panther 2 is because, like, I'm kind of curious what they're going to do since, unfortunately, the actor for Black Panther passed away.
Yeah. That is really just unfortunate, dude.
Yeah, that's fucked, man. He was a really good fucking, he was a really good Black Panther. I thought he could have been fucking pretty solid for, like, the rest of the MCU.
I mean, me personally, he's basically irreplaceable. Like, I know people like to say, "Oh, but any actor can be replaced." I say bullshit to that. There's certain roles that just are made for certain people, and I feel like Chad was like made for that specifically.
Yeah. They haven't confirmed it, but I'm pretty sure his sister's gonna become the new Black Panther.
I mean, that's one thing I was gonna say. That's one way they could get around it because even in the comics, many different people had the Black Panther moniker, and it wasn't just one Black Panther. It wasn't even just one. It wasn't even always a male leader. So yeah.
It should have been Bucky. He should have been the new Black Panther.
Why? Why can't it just be a Black Panther organization?
Shut up, Kyle! No one likes your references to the Black Panthers.
You know, no actor is bigger than these characters. One day, they will recast Iron Man. Again, I've already answered that again. You can say that all you want, but it's not. But honestly, I would argue that they're not going to be the same as those people. They're not. Everyone that plays one of those characters not going to be the same. Like, yes, an actor can take yes, any role in any actor can be replaced, but there's certain characters there's certain characters that are meant to be with certain actors that will always be synonymous with that many with that actor. Like again, there's been many Jokers, but everyone thinks of fucking Heath Ledger, or most people think of Heath Ledger. Even though, again, Joker's kind of a unique case because he has multiple actors that most people think of, but the one that people mostly think of is Heath Ledger.
Jack Nicholson just fucking cries in the corner, I guess.
I think a better example would be like when the Amazing Spider-Man tried to introduce the Green Goblin. It doesn't have the same feel as you got from William.
That's not fair. Yeah, William Dafoe was a masterpiece, the greatest casting choice ever made.
No, what I'm trying to get at is, yes, you're technically not wrong, but at the same time, you also are kind of wrong. There's just certain actors that are just made for certain roles, much more better than others. There's a reason why Nicolas Cage didn't play Superman.
Bro, are you saying you wouldn't want a Nicolas Cage Superman?
Fuck no.
The hell is wrong with you, Neil? That would have been perfect and you know it. What the fuck is that guy? Kyle, why do you keep finding a bunch of roid monsters?
We already have Black Superman in the comics. Yeah, no, that's actually real. That did happen several times actually.
Yeah, wasn't he like president of the United States or something?
Yes. And like no joke, that's probably like one of the best alternate versions of Superman. Like that's one of like the very few examples where they actually changed the race of a fucking character and it worked.
I mean, most of the time it can work if you just do an Elseworld story. No one would care if you just do like a multiverse story about it. It's always a problem when they change the specific version of the character in the canon without like, a reason. Because surprisingly, at least on the internet, there are a lot of people upset about Namor's redesign.
Well, and here's my thing about the whole redesign thing. Honestly, here's my problem about this. It's not even about the race itself. It's more so the principle of the fact that like it's more so the principle of the fact that you're just trying to change things just for the sake of progressiveness, but not actually accounting for how this is actually factor in like anything. Again, it's like, bro, what's the point of this? What purpose does this serve?
It's the old thing of like, we, why change the design of a character when you can just make a new character?
That's what I was gonna get at too. Here's my thing: if the thing that you were trying to apparently like make diversified or something was so racist, so fucked up, whatever, why not just make a fucking another character? It reminds me with Disney making all these different types of progressive movies that apparently are problematic. But why are you making? Okay, so why do you have the same name as this problematic product and not making a different product? Of course, so no, clearly you're just using it as a crux to make money and not actually caring about the problems. And that's the ultimate issue of what I have with a lot of these quote unquote diversity like progressive shit because it's not anything like that. It's just company greed. That's all it's ever been. That's not even cynicism. That's just outright a fact actually. Because if you look at Disney, they have documented history of using LGBT plus Q shit despite like they using them like using like stuff like that in their movies while actually funding people who are explicitly against that shit. Like that's like come on man. Like
I I
again,
I, I think
and I'm
someone
not
who
go
is
on, go on.
I think someone who might be in need of a race, not even a race change, just like it make more sense. Why isn't the Flash black?
That's actually a valid point.
Wow.
No, seriously, that's actually a valid thing to say, honestly. And honestly, I would love to see a Black Flash. I mean, fuck, we already got A Train to fill the void, so there's that.
That's why he's probably saying it. Anyways, one of my favorite verses, I would like to see Skeletor's Lost Planet, who I think you can get to island level or higher with satellite laser. I've never even played Lost Planet.
Mm. By the way, A Train is the best character in the boys. You can't change my mind. So
You said Homelander really weird there, but I'll forgive you.
Homelander, okay, actually, Homelander's actually close, but
Bro, A-Train can't even run. That's all I'm saying. You're weird, Zim. My heart.
that is
How could you
that is
break it like
hilarious.
this, Pimp Demon?
One thing I remember talking about this with somebody. I find it funny. I wonder what Hawkman would do if he just rushed into combat without fucking any arrows with the other Avengers. like, Black Widow's like, yo, you need help or something. You kind of can't do anything.
Damn, you really think he's only his arrows? That's fucked. There's more to that character than arrows, Neo.
Sorry, say that again. He kind of cut out.
I was saying there's more to that character than just him having a bow and arrow, Neo.
Well, no, I know that. I'm just saying.
Damn, the disrespect to one of the best Avengers of all time.
Also, I don't believe I said Hawkman. Although there is a Hawkman, but that's not Marvel. That's DC. But
Feels bad. The disrespect is real. Didn't need to be, but Neo sure as hell made it real. Adrian's hot problem got fixed. Oh yeah, that's right, because he gets like the heart of the racist or something, right? That sounds like a superpower, the heart of the racist.
Sergeant Heller, why are you so cross? Have I done something to offend you?
Drop the act, you lying sack of shit. You think you can play me like this?
Well, I think I already have.
Yeah, A-Train's heart got replaced by Blue Hawks. Yeah, I think I remember hearing about that or seeing that.
Burn that psychotic to a cinder.
Which, by the way, the boys adaptation is probably like one of the best adaptations over the original source material. Just period. It's like the original comic was just not good. But
Yeah, that's completely true. Original comic was kind of trash because it was just an edgelord's fantasy.
well, not even just that. It was just the right. It was just Guinness just literally just displaying his hate for like superheroes.
Yeah, because he has like a fucking massive hate boner for the genre, right?
Yeah, no, he besides literally Superman, Batman, and I think Wonder Woman, he literally just hates superheroes.
The Boys comic now is a continuation. Yes, that is true.
And speaking of that too, what they did with Homelander from the comics to the show, oh my god, did he get like one of the greatest glow ups in history? Like Homelander and like the Amazon show is like one of the best characters in live action TV. Period. And I will actually die on that hill. Ooh, mm. Who hates superheroes? We literally just said, but the original creator of the boys. Like if you read the boys, it literally is just him expressing how much he hates superheroes.
Yeah, I guess he just has a massive hate boner for the fucking genre.
I don't think he's ever actually. I don't think he's ever. I don't know. I have to look again, but I don't think he's ever actually fully explained why he hates them. I have to look through interviews and stuff again because yes, he's had them.
No, I believe it.
Bitch Sumner thinks he can hide from me.
Is it possible? Is it possible to express yourself and tell a good story? Yes. Yes, it's been done.
The problem with him specifically is that he just fucking just hates heroes in general, and I don't think he's ever properly explained why he hates just heroes in general.
Like, seriously, if you've read The Boys, one of the camps that you tend to find superheroes are is they tend to be one of two or three things. They tend to be one, psychopaths. I almost said three. Two, rapists. Or three, degenerates. Or actually, sometimes even a mixture of all three of them. No joke.
Yeah, sometimes you get some real fucking winners in there, you know?
Like, if you remember the one scene with the boys when the Deep tried to do you know what to Starlight, it is far more worse than the comics. Like, it's unbelievably far more worse.
Yes, because in the comics, So in the TV show, the Deep's the one who like does it, but in the comics, it's like the entire group.
Yeah, no, the entire group does, and they don't even just like it isn't just whipping out. No, like they just go full on run a train. Like it's really bad. Like goddamn, dude. No, seriously, like they're honestly, I can't. I don't even know. Honestly, here's just gonna be crazy to you, but I honestly do recommend you do read the original comic because it's so bad that it has like a comedic value to it, in my opinion.
It's because he used to write war comics and he hates how people only think comic books are superheroes. Yeah, because I'm gonna just give a fucking truth bomb here. Like, fucking none of the actual fucking like I know the story. I know people are like, oh well, the military's heroes and shit. Yes, they're heroes. They're not superheroes. They're not Superman and shit. You know. And the funniest part is that war veterans and shit actually like superheroes. He's literally just a military fanboy who's upset that fucking other people aren't as much of a fucking, like, military fans as he is.
I understand. The funny thing about it too is even though he actually does like Superman, the funny thing too about it is that like whenever there's huge times of war and like that's actually when superheroes are at their most popular, or at least back then. For example, whenever there was like World War, that's when like Superman was at his like peak in terms of popularity.
Yeah, because it tends to happen when people fucking need something to inspire them. Why the old man strong? That's dumb. Good question. Oh wait, he gave himself the virus? What the fuck? Alright, well that's a little weird. Kyle, please just use the claws, they're saying. So let me translate. They're saying, Kyle, you're garbage.
The shit, they do no damage.
Well, you guys heard him. They do no damage.
I'm literally using the two strongest weapons in the game that you get.
I'm sorry, guys. Kyle's got you guys beat. His knowledge is too supreme.
I will give Ennis this though. I do kind of hate how comics have kind of just become like the thing that is associated with superheroes. Even though there are great comics out there that aren't like hero related and are actually probably better than like a good majority of comics that are superhero related. Case in point, Sandman or most things from Vertigo. But that being said, though, yeah, no, I'll give Ennis that though, and also I'll come some slack because he actually made the best Punisher run. So there's that too.
Oh no, Mercer was evil, guys. I'm fucking devastated. Man, he did not try to hide that shit at all.
Any recent videos on your channel? I'm actually working on one. Seriously, I'm actually working on one.
A what? Oh, video on your channel.
Yes, don't worry. Even though I've been taking almost like nearly a year break, I'm not dead. I swear to God, the channel is not dead.
Well, I'd hope you're not dead. Otherwise, talking would be really awkward.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Part of the reason why I haven't made a video as well too, besides the fact I'm just busy with life, is because I've had basically the video making equivalent to writer's block.
I feel that. Happens to the best of us.
Their last video was about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Oh yeah, it was. I talked about how much I hated both of them. I didn't like them, by the way. If you saw my video, you already know my thoughts. But to summarize it, I didn't like either of them as remakes. And as games are fine, but as remakes, they're fucking lazy cash grabs. That is clearly just Game Freak banking on nostalgia. And it pains me to say that too, because Gen 4 is really my favorite Pokemon gen. And the fact that we didn't get anything special from it, just some basically lazy fucking remake, really fucking makes me mad. If you saw the original video, I was even pissed in that too. Probably more so because it had just came out and I got it. Like, goddamn, dude. Like, I'm not gonna talk about it too much because I've already made a video on it. Just check that out. But like, no, seriously, dude, that pissed me off. I waited so long for this, and you're just gonna give me this shitty ass remake that is only passable because it's Pokemon and Pokemon's already game is like already gameplay wise solid. Like, fuck out of here, man. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I tend to be like very. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. I'm very lax on what I'll tolerate in like a game and the likes, but I hate and absolutely hate things that are just uninspired, lazy, and just completely not there for no artistic merit. You know what? Like, here again, one of the reasons I'm so lax on on like flaws in games or so on and so forth is because, hey, you know what? They actually tried to do something with artistic merit, and you know what? Maybe some of those negatives that people have can be also looked at as positives in some areas. I don't know. So and the likes, but like something like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, there's hardly any artistic merit. It's just a fucking cash grab with nothing new that would replace the original games. Like, bro, I'm sorry, something like that. No, I'm gonna be pretty harsh on compared to something like Nocturne or like Dark Souls, which yes has its issues, but hey, it has artistic merit to it that I do appreciate, and also stuff that I actually do like about it. And also, you could also argue that both games at least have something called originality. Those the remakes have nothing to them at all. That has no value of me worth coming back to.
We didn't even get an upgraded version like Platinum. Make more videos.
We didn't even get an upgraded. Yeah, no, we didn't. We literally did not. Like, it pisses me off so much. So again, I guess I might as well bring this up again. So in the video, I brought up the fact that every remake we've gotten for Pokemon, not only was it just the updated like remake, but we've also got new content, new stuff to explore, again. For example, in the remakes for Gen 1, Fire Red, Leaf Green, we didn't just get like Gen 1, but we got extra content. Like, we're able to get Deoxys, we're able to explore new stuff, do all kinds of stuff. We were able to do more stuff with that. Or Haribo, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. It wasn't just Gen 2. We got all kinds of stuff we could do. Haribo, Alpha Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Wasn't just Gen 3. We got all kinds of stuff we can do, extra content. Look at the remix for Gen 4. We get nothing. We do not even get any extra content. We don't even get the ability to get fucking Arceus. You know, the one Pokemon that you actually can't even get legitimately without like cheats or tradings or events. Like, are you fucking ridiculous right now?
Quit your bitching and accept your remake.
Like, this pisses me off so much. Again, stuff like this is what I'm actually really willing to like criticize and like be hard on, because there's nothing of value here. No artistic merit, nothing. It's just lazy cash grabs. It's the one thing that actually genuinely pisses me off when it comes to like gaming and what I actually really will and will not tolerate. So like, if you ever wanted to know what was my breaking point, that's really it right there. Like, Seriously.
Fair enough. Pokemon Tournament is a Pokemon Arena fighting game. It's completely different from your standard Pokemon game.
Oh yeah, no, Pokemon Tournament's fine. I actually like Pokemon Tournament. I'm just sad we're probably not gonna get another game in that like sub series. It's like literally one of my favorite sub series in Pokemon. Like literally, it's just Tekken and Pokemon. That's just so fucking cool. And also, again, it's just so fucking cool. I love it. But like, we're not gonna get another game, unfortunately, or at least not anytime soon. Like being a huge Tekken fan I am myself, and a huge Pokemon fan myself, is actually really cool. But even beyond that, you don't even have to play Tekken to like Pokemon Tournament. And like it's actually a really fun game, and actually deviates quite a bit from Tekken. Besides, obviously, core types of gameplay in some areas. Yeah, like for example, like 3D movement. Like the game's kind of like a hybrid between Ninja Storm and like Tekken, but yeah, nonetheless, yeah.
The security briefing about her leader.
I'm thinking of getting the Pokemon Tournament game. Honestly, I think you should. It's worth the money.
I just sent you the coordinates for Galloway's security briefing. Great. It's a Blackwatch base. Good thing I still got my Sergeant Jenkins disguise.
Do you mean Tekken or Pokken? What do you mean? I only mentioned Tekken in reference to Pokken.
Welcome to the Green Zone. I'm Sergeant Salvatore. When did the briefing start? It's been postponed. Spectres are overrunning the military in this area. Heavy civilian casualties. HQ wants it unfucked.
Gen 3 Remakes has its problems, but it also gave us all good content. Well, no, here's the thing. Say what you want about whatever you have to say about the remakes. They're still fine games, and they also offered something new that, in my opinion, you could argue could replace the original. Do I think that Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are better than the original, like, Emerald? In my personal opinion, I don't think so, but hey, you can make a case that it is, and that's really what a remake should be able to do, in my personal opinion. Make a case to where you can say that it's better than the original in some capacity, or at least in some way, you know.
I hear some moaning in the background. Yeah, I can't. I can't do anything about that. I don't know. I don't know why he does that. Beyond my knowledge, I can't do anything about it. So I'm sorry.
At this point, all I'm just hoping that whenever we inevitably get the Gen 5 remakes, they better not do what they did with Gen 4. I'm gonna be so mad because even though Gen 4 is my favorite, Gen 5 is like my second favorite gen, probably third, I don't know. But even beyond that, the main reason why I wanted to get this one right is because it is like literally the most story-driven Pokemon game. Not only that, but it has a whole lot of cool stuff that they can work with. There's no excuse that they couldn't do something new and to add on to the original. There's no excuse. If they don't do anything, they're fucking lazy.
Is your brother having sex? The answer to that question is no.
Don't remake Gen 5. Just put they're going to remake it. Like as much as that like pains me to say, they're going to remake it. Do you know how much money that the Gen 4 remakes made, despite how fucking dog water they were? As like remakes,
Yeah,
they made a lot of money.
Are you ready for what they're probably going to be called?
What?
Probably like Black Thunder and like White Inferno.
Oh god, actually now that you mention it, I can't wait to see the funny names that they're gonna give the remakes. That's gonna leave a lot of an opportunity for jokes. I swear to God.
No, my brother is not a virgin, Pimp Demon. Somehow he's not a virgin.
I wouldn't expect so. He moans like he's been taken for a ride.
Bad Kyle! Very bad Kyle!
Wasn't Black Restroom version with White Zekrom? Wait, Black Rest. Well, That sounds such a weird sentence to say. Black. Hold on now. Let me just rewire my brain again. Wasn't Black Reshiram version and White Rec? No, it was actually the reverse. Zekrom was the black Pokemon and Reshiram was the white Pokemon. No race involved there.
If I had heard him do it, he's a virgin. Interesting take there. All right.
Although speaking of remakes, though, their remakes on Mystery Dungeon games are actually pretty alright. I really hope they do a remake on Explorers of Sky, even though it's not gonna beat the masterpiece of the original.
For as much as it might ruin it, but I guess if they're ever going to experiment with putting voice acting on
Ooh, that would be interesting, actually. Huh? I mean, it's not like Nintendo / Game Freak are completely allergic to voice acting in their games.
Yes, they are.
So, I mean, certain ones, yeah. No, I mean Pokemon Black was Reshiram, and Pokemon White is no. It's actually no. It's actually the other way around. Like it's the other way around. If you're trying to like say that that's what that is, it's the other way around. Zekrom is Pokemon Black and Reshiram is Pokemon White. Unless like you're trying to say something else, and I'm just like not reading into that.
That's all. Shut the fuck up. No, he actually makes money off Twitch. Like he gets paid way more than I do. So I have no right to tell him to stop doing what he's doing.
God damn, that sounds like an ego crush right there.
Like an ego crush? No, the problem is that if I go tell him shut the fuck up, he's gonna just throw it in my face. I make money, you don't. Now, just to be clear, I make money off YouTube, but he makes money like on stream through donation, so I have like no argument against him.
Is that
Right.
because he makes noises like he's trying to pass a kidney stone?
Probably.
I remember one time that we heard him, and it sounded like he was like getting murdered. That was like the last stream, I believe.
Yeah, he does that quite a bit. I don't understand why.
No, I'm talking about the version of the game. No, like yeah, I know that. What you're saying is that you're okay. Okay, yeah, no, I know that. I know you're saying that those are the versions, but the versions that you're saying are not right. Pokemon Black wasn't Reshiram, it was Zekrom. That was the like that was like the like main Pokemon on the cover. And like Pokemon White was Reshiram. And like Pokemon Black was Zekrom, like as the like mascot Pokemon.
Zim, you don't make money, you get money. That's true. That is true.
Yeah, that's a very profound statement.
I have no clue what the fuck he's doing over there though. Like he is usually not this bad.
I'm just curious what the fuck he's playing to where he has such a reaction.
You can. Oh, he's playing Chivalry too.
Bro.
The fucked up part is I have my door closed.
And this is why I'm glad I live alone.
It gets so distracting at times. Yep.
Oh, actually, what the fuck is? So, my account manager was practically begging me. He's like, "Oh, Kyle, oh, we need to fill in spots for Saturday for a half day. Would you like to? No, but no, I'm busy. Shove your fucking Saturday up your ass."
Kyle, why do you hate your boss so much?
Because they already take up enough of my fucking week.
What the fuck? I must be having like a Mandela effect. Was it always the opposite one was on the opposite one? What the fuck? I must be misremembering or something. Then what the hell? I'm looking this up. No, I'm looking this up. This has to be a Mandela effect, some sort of time warp shit. I'm looking this up. Forget this.
What was the answer? Hawkman
You know-
versus Link?
It's silly, but I didn't realize that like all of the Pokemon professors were named after fucking trees.
Stupid. I think probably Link beats Hawkman.
You should know better than to try shit like that on family.
Oh, actually, okay. So it actually depends on which Link, but yeah, I would agree overall. Link beats Hawkman. Yeah.
Red Cloud, this is Cottonmouth 2-1. We found Heller. Now he's chasing Gallagher. And Gallagher's infected.
Copy Cottonmouth 2-1. Confirm Gallagher's status. Over.
We have 2 infected on the move. Heller and Gallagher.
Copy 2-1. Stand by. Over.
Yeah, he says some weird shit there in the background.
That reminds me of that one video. I forgot which like YouTuber made it where like people start saying like stupid stuff when they're playing games online, and out of context it just sounds so worse. I don't even remember who made the video, and you guys might even know who did it, but this is what this reminds me of. This literally was what's happening right now.
Bro, how many people got infected by Alex? What the fuck?
Alex Mercer does not tolerate disobedience. And neither do I. So let's put you down.
He's literally making an army zam. Well, can he do it on his own fucking time? Like, damn!
For real.
Hawkman scales to the high tiers of DC. I mean, that's not really meaning much unless you're talking about talking about the Dragon of Barbatos, who would like be somewhere who would like scales like to like Barbatos, who has some pretty impressive stuff, but that's only like AP wise. That doesn't account for like speed or anything like that. Speed, hacks, and so on and so forth. That you can make a case that like Link just has better in everything.
I'm just gonna ignore what he's saying in the background because like the more I hear it, just the worse it gets. I'm just gonna pretend that doesn't exist in the background. You guys will too, okay?
So you're saying the white light can mutate? No, it's highly mutable. It doesn't change on its own, but we can...
Hawkman can react to characters like Flash, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern.
You're not getting what I'm saying. It doesn't
Okay, but that's like massively faster than light, which is where Link can scale to, if not higher, depending on how you take certain things. Especially if you're accounting for like Triforce scaling, yeah, he can scale a lot higher he can actually scale a lot higher than like MFTL plus, debatably. Keep in mind, the only thing that would be impressive is keeping up with Flash, but Flash isn't always moving at his full speed. He's like, no, they're not immeasurable at all. Don't know who told you that, but they're not at all. The only one who's like even remotely immeasurable is Flash, but Flash isn't always moving at a measurable speed. Like literally is always again, Flash is a weird case to scale to because he doesn't always move at his full capacity. Always just holds back how fast he's moving. And that's just like a character trait of him. And also, no, they're not. There's no evidence of that at all. Flash Flash has a feat of being able to run through time, but again, that's not like he doesn't do that all the time. He literally purposely slows down how fast he is all the time. Besides that, and also Superman has a feat like that. Again, there is no feat like that. If there is, to mention it because there isn't anything like that. And I've read comics for a while and scaled them. There literally is nothing like that. And if there is, it's not consistent enough to say that it literally would make them immeasurable 24/7. That's like blatantly wrong with how the story actually portrays itself. Like seriously, if they were immeasurable, then there wouldn't be a point for Superman and like characters needing time to literally go to like different ends of the universe. They'd literally be able to be there at like a snap's pace, which is not consistent with the story at all. And that's just ignoring the fact that it's not consistent at all. It's not there's literally nothing consistency. You can keep saying that it is, but you haven't proven otherwise. Like them being immeasurable isn't the onus here. You have to actually just prove that innately.
I think I learned that Colonel Rooks is moving all of Dr. Koenig's old science teammates to the Green Zone.
Good chance some of them are working for Mercer.
Draw the
Maybe I can find out what Mercer's up to.
His ninth metal can negate regeneration and can power null. I mean, so many things that Link has can do the same thing. Also, the Triforce does the same thing with higher potency as well. So there's that. But we're not talking about story. We're talking about a fight with no. I think you misunderstand the point I'm saying here. The fact that like again again within the narrative it wouldn't make sense for them to be that level, and the narrative kind of is important for consistent measuring and the likes. Again, if they were constantly moving at immeasurable speeds and not like holding back to some capacity, then they would be able to just do things like move at different ends of the universe at like a snap's pace without having to you know, without there being a second at all to it. Like it would just be there at like before a blink of an eye and so on and so forth. But that's not consistent with any story whatsoever. The only character who's like you could even argue is like consistently immeasurable would be Flash, and he actually has a purpose for it. Again, he holds back his speed. He isn't moving at like top speed all the time. They hold back so they don't break the planet. But again, that doesn't pertain to things outside of that though. There's stories where they have to like travel to different ends of the universe or different sectors of like galaxy and so on and so forth. But again, they don't make it there and just instantly. Again, it takes time for them to do so. An immeasurable wouldn't need to do that.
Well, so I'm just gonna ask a simple question: and how many times do you have to react to Flash to scale the Flash? Then,
Well, the problem isn't reacting to Flash because again, he doesn't always move at his top speed 100% of the time. He like intentionally holds back his speed a whole lot, especially when he's on Earth.
I mean, okay, but so if they're fighting on another planet and he has no reason to hold back, like you said, like if he's fighting like in another dimension or something, and you react to him, what's your argument there then? Like, how many times you have to? The thing is, like with Flash in particular, like you basically have to argue because there are a lot of people who react to Flash. Let's not lie to ourselves. There's quite a few people in comics who can somehow react to him when they shouldn't. But like, how many times does that have to happen before it's like they scale? No.
Well, again, I would argue that scaling the Flash and speed is again, I would argue for it to just not make any sense because again, the whole purpose of him narratively is that he is the fastest character out of the bunch. Like that's always been the established thing and always been stated in guides, in stories, so on and so forth. It wouldn't make sense at all. Like you could argue that again, you could argue that they do scale them to some capacity, but again, the case that Redus is trying to say that he could like that they're trying to scale to his full capacity or his top speed though. Which I personally don't agree with. Like again, there's a difference between scaling the Flash and scaling the Flash at full speed. And again, it doesn't help that Flash in himself and speedsters in general are very, and I do mean very inconsistent when it comes to their speeds. Like, yes, it is explained that they hold back, but then there's instances where still, even then, they're like inconsistent, even with that explanation still in mind. So Flash is like, in terms of speed, is already kind of a weird enigma to use in general, like and the likes. And actually, matter of fact, there was one instance too I recall in the comics. Matter of fact, if I can find the panel, I'll just even link it in there, where Superman is actually trying to catch up with Flash, and for the time he's keeping up, but then he basically mentions that the only reason they could keep up was because of charity, and he just instantly blitzes Superman like right then and there. So like, there's that to keep in mind too, to show like that there's a difference in speed between like Flash at like his top speed and like him when he's just like cruising, I guess.
Didn't Catwoman react to Flash? Yeah, because you can find like the problem is that because of how long comics have been around, you can probably find like multiple characters who have scaled to Flash, like when he's fighting seriously. That's the problem with Flash. He should have never been used as often as he is.
Yeah, again, I should mention that like I don't have a problem with people scaling to Flash, but I have a problem with people scaling to his top speed, especially when so many stories and guides make it clear that like at his full capacity, he's like literally one of the fastest characters in the series, and also can consistently blitz like basically the rest of like the Justice League without much effort to it, like actually just going full speed. And this kind of becomes a problem because you're trying to argue that he's immeasurable a full amount of the times, but that's not the case. The only time we've ever seen him travel through time is when he actually is putting effort into doing so, and is actually like essentially moving at like top speed or in the likes. And again, trying to scale characters to trying to scale to him off the basis that he can move through time when it's a speed feat that particularly pertains to his like basically to like his full potential was kind of weird to do so. Like, it's like I'm not denying Flash is immeasurable, but I'm just denying that the rest of that every character in the cast is like immeasurable. That's not true. That's just not narratively consistent with stories, and it's not even consistent with Flash scaling in himself. Ignoring the fact that Flash is also just inconsistent in terms of like speed in general, and like how stories treat him.
I think some people have actually argued that Flash could be a relevant speed because he's also like way faster than other speedsters at times.
Well, okay, so immeasurable speed I'm fine with, but there's literally nothing for him for a relevant speed. There literally is nothing for that at all.
I mean, so what do you like consider a relevant speed to be?
It's moving. Well, a relevant speed is, at least in terms of how Versatile Wiki defined it before, I think they removed it, was just being able to move beyond basically. Basically, it's not even really movement per se, but it's basically it. It's weird. It's basically, I guess I would say movement for convenience sake, movement beyond the concept of like space and time, essentially. Like just like be like literally just basically outer versal speed. Essentially, that makes any sense.
Actually, to swing this to another versus match, you're going to be joining me and Zim when we react to Sauron versus the Lich King.
Actually, I could definitely watch. I could definitely watch that. Honestly,
Is
I
that,
haven't said my. Oh, sorry. Go on. Go on.
no, is that how you pronounce it? Sauron?
Yeah, it's Sauron.
I thought it was
It's
Sauron.
always been. Well, I've heard different, but Sauron seems to be the Sauron seems to be the one that consistently is what people go with. Oh,
So
Zim's,
what?
Zim, you're the type of person, instead of saying Saruman, you're the kind of person to say Saruman.
So when I was a kid for the longest time, I kept thinking to myself, why do these two antagonists have the same name? What the hell's going on here? It wasn't until I got this Lord of the Rings fucking MOBA game that I realized, oh, the evil wizard actually has a different name.
You weren't the smart in the class.
I was actually very smart, but I saw the movies when I was a kid, and I always just was confused. What?
I was gonna say, and also read this regarding your comment, as well too. I would argue that DMC is a different case as well too, because for one thing, all the time we've seen movement is in Demon World, which already is weird because it's time and space doesn't really work conveniently there, and in the human world, he's not at his full capacity. So again, you could argue that him not instantly just moving everywhere at like instant pace can argue because he's not at full capacity there, and so forth. So like DMC's case, I would argue is different in the likes because it's not like Dante doesn't have like no restriction, like doesn't have like some degree of the powering when he's in the human world, which would be like the only anti feat to him, not just instantly zipping it everywhere at like a measurable speed.
It's the bio bomber.
What the fuck are you on about, Kyle?
Well, holding back doesn't just also have to pertain to like power and speed. That just all I mean power and strength. It could also just pertain to speed. Again, as someone who runs track, I can actually talk about this too. As someone who runs track, you could definitely hold back your speed and the speed that you move at cruising is far different from your top speed.
Wow. He's gonna talk about running while I'm here, huh? I see how it is. No
So,
consideration
like,
for the
yes,
guy with the
also-
ankle injury.
So I was like, yes, you can hold back your speed. That's very much possible there. Or it's I wouldn't say you're accurately holding back speed, but more so just not going top speed per se.
I've been listening to The Hobbit, and Gandalf was afraid of goblins, which made me think, would Gandalf the White be afraid?
Wesker?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Gandalf wouldn't be afraid of goblins, would he? That doesn't seem to make sense.
Nah.
If you're talking about the Hobbit, he's not so much afraid of the goblins. He's more afraid of like he has to look after Bilbo and the 13 dwarves, and because he's like unless he's fighting basically another Maya, he can't use his full power while in Middle Earth.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Thank you, but to further elaborate on that case too is Gandalf isn't really afraid of anything too much. He's kind of a demigod, but the problem is he can't use his full power back from when he was basically Maiar and the likes, as mortality and that type of shit. Kind of.
What the fuck?
Hey Neo, question: you wouldn't happen to have Monica after story mod? Yes. Why would I not actually? No, I'm actually more. I have a question for you. Why would I not have that?
But he was taking a message.
He was in The Hobbit, I'm 9% sure that's what the book said.
Going to see if that someone is Gutierrez.
How strong is Sauron? Yes. The answer to that question is yes.
Depending on what you want to take from the Silmaril, very stupidly strong.
I
was gonna say to follow up on that. Sauron's actually strong. He's not as strong as Melkor and the likes, but that's a given because Melkor is like literally the second strongest in the series. But ignoring that,
Well-
Sauron basically has like a lot of crazy shit due to being an Anar in the likes / Maiar. He essentially has stupid stuff like conceptual manipulation and so on and so forth. Being able to like manipulate reality on like a universal scale, being able to move at any speed he literally desires just with just a thought, which is like something that literally any Maiar and like Anar can do, or Valar can do. It's kind of stupid. There's a lot of things that Sauron can do. He's actually really powerful, really OP. The movies don't do him justice, but they don't really do justice to a lot of characters in terms of their sheer power.
Yeah, like Sauron can also, if he felt like it, come back with a mere fort.
Yeah, I remember having to sit down and Kyle explained to me how Sauron managed to take a hit from, I guess, the god of the entire cosmology and survive.
So do you remember when Eru got so pissed off that he basically sung Numenor?
Yeah.
But if you want like more consistent scaling, he's stronger than the Balrog, which could fight Ungoliant. Which Ungoliant herself being able to take the light from the twin trees would be basically multi-galaxy. Also scales to Caligon the Black.
Maybe I should
He's
double
stronger
check. Also, Zim, stop complaining about your injury and keep writing.
Stronger than Call Girl.
That's like half my personality. No, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, Sauron's actually pretty strong in lore. But then again, anyone who's read the Silmarillion and read the books already knew that. But that being said, though, going against the Lich King is gonna be a pretty interesting thing, actually. So I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like the Lich King is, if they like scale him the way that like he probably should be, he's probably gonna win that. Not with ease, but he's definitely gonna win that, though, in my personal opinion.
Damn, you're just breaking Kyle's heart.
I don't know anything about World of Warcraft, so I can't say anything.
Oh, dude, let's just say its lore is, oh boy, it's something. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, because isn't the
Some
Lich wasn't the Lich King's
Go on.
character in Warcraft 3, and then afterwards he becomes the Lich King? Like he was actually like a fucking human dude who was like chill.
Yeah, kind of. There's a lot of things that happen with the Lich King, and also the fact that it has many different monikers. Um, like no joke. Like if I had to put the Lich King somewhere, he'd probably be somewhere at like multiversal, and with like what massively fashion like plus to maybe probably even a measurable speed. I don't know. But he definitely be somewhere like multiversal plus. Like literally one of the feats that he has is like literally just scaling above a dragon who literally I forgot to pronounce his name. The dragon who literally embodies time and space across the multiverse and also almost just outright destroyed it and also passively keeps it in existence too. But then there's also the fact that he's like on par with like all kinds of characters who can there's just a whole lot of stuff actually. God damn. One of these days I need to actually get back in the Warcraft and catalog all the shit that I've ever.
No, man, that's gonna suck your life away again. Don't do it.
I haven't been in the Warcraft in a hot minute.
Take it easy, Neo. Don't do that to yourself, man. You know, you start playing those MMOs again, and all of a sudden you remember how fun they were.
Neo, you scale Saint Seiya? Yes. I do kind of. It's not one of the main verses I scale, but I do know a good amount about it though. But that being said, but yeah, no, I saw all the abilities you mentioned for the ninth metals. They're pretty interesting abilities. But you have to keep in mind though, we're talking about Link, like not just any version of Link, like just Link as a whole concept, like composite Link, who has all kinds of like literally everything you mentioned. Link has something like that, similar, if not better. And we're also, and if we're accounting for like the Triforce, then Link literally has access to some bullshit stuff that I doubt. Well, not even doubt. I know for a fact that Hawkman has no counters for. For example, literally one of the abilities of like the Triforce being just being able to control the quote unquote essence of things, which also just means literally the concept in which things like exist as, and
Wait,
the like
wait,
so
wait,
and so forth.
wait,
And
wait. Why does Link get the Triforce? What the fuck?
I mentioned that as a, I didn't say like he did have that. I'm just saying if we're accounting for that in the case.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
So,
say, I'm pretty sure he got the whole Triforce like what, twice?
I'll go back to Rooks. She's bound to turn up.
I mean, we can give him the true Triforce if you want. The only reason I even mentioned it is because we were giving like Hawkman, like we were giving Hawkman stuff like Dragon of Barbatos and so forth. I was like, okay, so I guess it's worth mentioning the Triforce stuff then. I guess
Does Link
so. Like,
ever actually get the full Triforce like in any game to use?
yes, what was it? What was it? It's the SNES one. I literally forgot its name actually, but it was a Link to the Past. Link to the Past. I think that's what it was called again. He's gotten it there, and I also believe he's gotten it in what was it? It was one of the, was it the second or first one? I don't remember. It was one of those two. But yeah, no, he's had like the full Triforce at like several points in the series.
Oh, okay. How is the full Triforce combat applicable? I mean, you'd probably just like fucking just use it. It'd probably be just like an amp basically.
How? What do you mean? How's the combat applicable? Have you played the games? Look at how. I mean, I almost said Gandalf. God damn it, we're talking about two different things. Look at how Ganondorf used it in the series. Hey, what do you mean? What do you mean? Is it combat applicable?
Yeah, guys, take a look at how Gandalf used it. It fucking just destroyed everybody.
Like the series kind of answers that question for you. Yes, it's combat applicable.
Oh yeah.
Seriously,
Oh.
we were talking about like Lord of the Rings, and I thinking of Ganondorf, and then I was like Gandalf.
Click on your own time.
Kyle, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, I'll just tell my dog to stop doing something. He's being annoying.
Wow, so now you're abusing your animal.
I haven't done anything here.
Fuck.
Oh, actually, now that I remember it, someone proposed a matchup to me that I thought was quite interesting. Kasumi from Persona 5 versus Cloud.
Oh, now that is interesting. So I like it. I do like it actually.
What? Do Persona people even fight legitimately? Fucking stand user ass motherfuckers over here? JoJo knockoffs? You know,
Access have the game, so care to elaborate to that? I mean, I'm not sure what else you want me to elaborate. Again, I mentioned that like Ganondorf literally uses it in several final bosses.
it's basically like just
So
like a power amp. Think of it like a fucking necklace that just gives you power when you get it.
See that? This is good. Real good.
Only C's users fight? I see. You said Adachi really weird there, because Adachi's the only person who can fight in Persona.
Then I'll have to get her out. Those tanks are doing the time.
Yet Link still beats him?
She'll come running.
That
I
was just
mean,
better not to
honestly-
think about, because logically speaking, Link shouldn't even really scale to Ganon without the Master Sword, because, well, even... Because so Ganon has the Triforce of Power, so he should be way stronger than Link at any point, except the Master Sword, I think, supposed to even the odds there.
So here's how like the emblems work and the like. So technically, yeah, Ganondorf is like naturally stronger than Link, but the thing about it is due to basically having courage on his side, like no joke and the likes. Essentially, he's able to like essentially not adapt, but he's able to overcome in a way. Like no joke, that's actually how it works. So yes, Ganondorf is initially and naturally stronger, but essentially due to courage and the likes, Link is able to prevail through basically getting stronger and so on and so forth. And the Master Sword, but the purpose of like the Master Sword is basically just to put down Ganondorf because in universe he's basically invincible without it.
Yeah, because isn't like Ganon can only be killed by like a holy weapon or something?
Yeah, basically think of Castlevania and like the vampire killer, but with Ganon. Like that's literally the same relationship.
I don't know Castlevania. But it's okay because I know about that because Ryan talks about Castlevania all the time here, so I know that at least.
Neo, I have a question. And say I see them perform feats that can be calced massively faster than Light Plus, but they say that they're just light speed in the same page. This happens a lot. How do you deal with this? Just mention the fact that MFTL Plus is consistent.
And how's
And how
Ganon lose
did
to Dracula in Death Battle?
Cause that's not really relevant. But alright. I mean, he lost because Dracula just has better hacks and so on and so forth. But that's kind of irrelevant to like the context of Zelda itself. So, because again, in universe, like he's basically invincible. He's basically invincible to anything minus the Master Sword. And well, technically the goddess's powers, but that's cheating. But
Well, aren't the goddesses the ones who made the Master Sword?
yeah, but yeah. Well, they're the ones who gave him all power to begin with, but
So basically, the way you treat versus matchups when it comes to being vulnerable to like some sort of divine holy weapon, you just assume that any holy weapon would work on them unless there's a very specific reason only one particular weapon works on them. But even then, like at that point, you're basically just arguing for the idea that this character can never die without being hit by this weapon. So you're basically not arguing for death at that point. You're just arguing who can like deal with who.
Where that came from.
I mean, I'm pretty sure like fucking Ryan would argue Dracula beats Ganon. I'm assuming because every time he talks about Dracula, people mistake holy with divine sometimes. That's because what makes something holy is because it's supposed to be like blessed by divinity. So in context, divinity or a divine weapon should be more impressive in that regard than a holy weapon.
That's right, my puppies.
It'd be like asking what's more like you know substantial in that regard, a spear blessed by Ares or like Ares' own direct spear, you know, like which one do you think is going to be more quote unquote like divine or holy?
The job done right.
Kyle, how many fucking discount Alex Mercers are you going to kill before you kill Alex Mercer?
Too late, Heller. My job is already done.
Well, no, the point I'm trying to make is that they're
Equality.
both. Wait, what the fuck?
Equality.
Handle that sample with care, Jenkins. More knowledge than you are.
Check the issue. Is it true? It was taken from the culture you're injecting into the white light. It was taken from Alex Mercer himself.
And that's why you will treat it with reverence. Or suffer the consequences.
Don't worry, there's about 5 left. Actually, no. All joking aside, I don't know if it's ever properly established if the Greek gods had their weapons made from Hephaestus or they just have their own weapons.
I think it'd be more reasonable to say they were made by Hephaestus.
I mean, probably. What would be a better spear? What would be better, a spear blessed by Ares or a spear used by Ares? Well, no, that completely ignores the context of what we're talking about. We're talking about reference to like holy versus divine weapons. But the correct answer, why would the sword that killed Ares be anything like that? Like, that doesn't make it a better weapon. Wait, Kyle, you can control them now?
Yes.
Wow. You don't need to make a God of War joke. The series itself is doing it good enough as it is. Man, I never
You
thought
can
I
never
would-
have
What?
hope.
I was gonna say also, if we're talking about original mythology, yeah, Hephaestus made the how you pronounce the name, made all the weapons. Yes.
Damn. And they still treated them like shit. Feels bad. Hephaestus out here carrying the Greek pantheon on his shoulders, but no one appreciates him.
Blood culture. That's all I've got.
Not good. I'll get Athena to find the location of every white light depot in the city.
Kyle, real talk for a minute. How much longer is this game?
A little bit longer. Why?
Because I was going to say, White Light's already infected? I thought that was like a midway point thing.
It is.
Wow, this game is short as shit.
I never said it wasn't.
Dude, this game might last even less time than Hellsinger.
Oh, I was done by Hellsinger at this point.
Kyle, start drinking. Increase your stats.
Tell you what, get me a day off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you gotta work tomorrow.
I wish I had a 4-day work week. Fuck, I'd be celebrating.
Oh, is this where you meet Alex's sister?
No. Oh,
James Heller, right? I'm Sabrina Galloway. Look, I know you can kill me, but hear me out first. I can help you. You're not like the other mobs, right?
Neo, I think Saint Seiya is massively faster than light, but my point is, they say they're only light speed in the manga themselves when they are performing MFT. I mean, that happens all the time in fiction where, again, you have to look at this from the perspective of the writers, and a lot of writers don't fully understand, like, again, a lot of writers think that, like, for example, like light speed is like essentially like the top speed that someone could theoretically get, even though there's like, even though in fiction that's not entirely the case, and so on and so forth. And like for Saint Seiya's case and the likes, well, go off of what's shown, off of what's stated, because that's obviously more true. If the character moved across the entire universe and it's quote unquote light speed, well, no, light would take a lot longer to cross the damn universe. So yeah, no, I would just go off of what's shown over what's stated in that particular case, those particular cases.
Seiya wears the gold cloth. Goes past multiple different galaxy clusters to get to Elysium. Just light speed.
But the crazy thing about it too is like Saint Seiya has like some of the fastest MFTO plus feats in like fiction. That's crazy.
It isn't bird nesting time. Also, not little boys that play with fire get punished. He said to make them angry in the show he was not frightened of them, though of course he was.
So you're trying to take context from something that's further elaborated upon. They can't use his full might while on Middle Earth or against the mortals themselves. On top of the fact the Hobbit was the first thing Tolkien made before he even like started to expand the lore. Like
Yeah.
the problem with trying to use the Hobbit as a counterpoint is that like this was before he even had an idea if he wanted Gandalf to basically be like a fucking demigod.
I was going to mention that Tolkien's original vision for it was different and eventually developed over time. It's kind of what happened with Star Wars and kind of unfortunately happened with the whole plot point of Leia and Luke being an item, which is awkward now because they're like brother and sister, but that wasn't the case initially.
Nothing awkward about that, Neo. What are you talking about?
Well, the thing with The Hobbit and what a lot of people need to understand is that, like, The Hobbit was made, I think, 5 or 10 years before The Lord of the Rings, and Tolkien's notes in the Silmarillion were made, like, after The Lord of the Rings.
Are you saying that Tolkien, the greatest fictional writer of all time, Kyle, didn't have his entire universe planned out from word go?
No. And that's super impressive.
Hearsay. He wasn't there, he can't prove that.
I'm not even gonna lie. I would love to have seen the writing process for Tolkien. That'd be hilarious. The only other person who I would love to be in the presence of like writing more is Stephen King. I want to see what type of shit that he does while he writes.
Just be honest, man. You just want to do crack with Stephen King.
I mean, in all fairness, the type of stuff he was taking was probably much more than just crack, but
Crack combined with methamphetamine.
Neo, Virgo versus Dragon Ball. Well, yeah, Virgo's gonna destroy. Here's the thing: when you put Saint Seiya characters against like Dragon Ball characters, they tend to just stomp out. badly, whether it be speed advantage, tax advantage, or AP advantage.
As funny as it is, like, and as much of a meme as it is, Saint Seiya's only like real competition the characters Sailor Moon.
Yeah, more or less.
I'm sick of this rescue shit. Hey, someday it could be you needing a rescue team. Never know.
And keep in mind too, like the Gold Saints aren't even close to like being like some of the strongest characters in the series. You have to also account for like some of the stronger gods and the likes who would make anything in Dragon Ball look like a grain of sand.
Actually, really funny when you get to the Sanctuary like arc and the Bronze Saints can completely fuck with the Gold Saints.
That was very weird. Very fucky with the established scaling, but you know what? I'm not complaining.
Yeah, and in the very next arc, they can literally like go toe to toe with people who killed one of the Gold Saints and go toe to toe with Poseidon.
That should be enough reason to kill him.
Yeah.
Impossible, Kyle. You can't retcon something from an older book.
Yeah? Hey, you can.
Just no chill Neil's and like, yep. Don't know who told you that, but that is wrong. When did Tolkien actually write the Silmarillion then? Or I say write, but it's just a collection of his notes, right?
Oh, he has multiple books that are a collection of his notes.
Man, it sucks to be a modern day fantasy writer. They're still competing with a guy who died like 70 years ago.
Well, it's just the fact that he made so much stuff that was just so good.
I've seen people on Reddit complain about the fact they have to compete with Tolkien for an audience.
And the reason why they call him the father of high fantasy.
And I'm just like, it's very presumptuous of you to think that you're competing with Tolkien.
I was gonna, yeah, I mean,
You don't compete with Tolkien. You're not even in the competition.
I'm gonna say, like, there's no point in doing so. It's literally like trying to make better Lovecraftian horror than Lovecraft himself.
So let me put it in a way that you understand. Compete with Tolkien? I mean, yeah, if you could compete with a rock slide, or compete with a hurricane.
Wow, Kyle, are you going to refer to Tolkien as a landslide? Then why is Rin still a jerk even though Pimpty, when you haven't even read the next book yet! How about you wait until it's done? I'm working on it right now!
I like how you brought that up just for the setup of shitting on Zim.
This is bullshit!
I feel like Saint Seiya is highly overestimated, and I did watch Saint Seiya before, and it's pretty good. I recommend watch it if nobody's seen it. Anime's good, but the manga, at least the original runs, are also solid, if not better.
Bullshit.
And it's funny how many people don't understand that the timeline goes like besides from like side material, Saint Seiya, Next Dimension, and then it goes what's it called? Because it has a prequel that goes just before the start of Saint Seiya and a sequel that comes after Next Dimension.
Okay, so Pimpty, in fairness to that, college kind of got in the way with a lot of essays that kind of took away time from working on a novel. To be fair, that's not entirely because I didn't do what Kyle's doing, but I'm still not doing that technically, but I'm trying.
It is kind of a shame that Saint Seiya is highly like underrated in like the states because people don't actually understand how much impact it's actually had on the whole shonen genre and how much impact it's had on like the rest of the world, especially in Europe. I don't know what it is with France, like Italy, and all those places having like huge love for shonen. But yeah, no, Saint Seiya is huge, but it's just not huge in the West.
Which is really weird because Dragon Ball took off and Saint Seiya is literally up that alley.
Well, dude, literally a lot of the stuff that Dragon Ball has came from Saint Seiya, which is kind of sad, actually.
Just didn't take any of the good writing or any of the powers.
I haven't played Destiny 2 in a long time. Wonder if anything has changed. I think they got a bunch of new updates.
But yeah, no, straight up, like Saint Seiya is like, again, people don't really understand how big Saint Seiya is. Like, I would honestly just go on to say that it's like in terms of like influence and how much it's had on like the genre. I would say it's up there basically with like the likes of like JoJo and the JoJo Fist of the North Star and so on and so forth. Because a lot of modern conventions that we take for granted in shonen did come from Saint Seiya as well too.
Zim, we call that excuses. Everyone knows culture's important as long as you pay them.
Damn.
Honestly, fuck. Look, I'm working on it. I'm gonna finish the prologue rewrite, and then I just gotta rewrite the 4 chapters. They should be a lot easier now that I have focus. Just, I'm getting there. I already have the complete first draft done. It's a little longer than the first book, so that's pretty solid, but it might be a little longer, actually. I might need to add a few more sections.
DBZ, I never said that in a bad way though. The reason I say it's sad is because like Saint Seiya never took off while Dragon Ball did. I feel like people really read into what I say way too seriously when I'm not even trying to be all that complicated.
I am not patient. I understand that, Pimp Demon, but I'm not Ozra and Kyle. I actually have a product more or less done. I'm just fixing it up.
Hey, you can bite me. I'm working on another project before I do them.
I'm working on it. Maybe I'll buy a fucking like cheap $100 laptop to take with me to fucking college, so I don't have to fucking keep trying to get a computer over there. That way I can work on the novel, my 2-hour break between classes. And then I also have to really make sure Maximilian's like a fun, nice character, because fucking none of you guys liked his designs, and I have to work double hard on that.
Has Neo seen?
What?
I want Neo's opinion on who he thinks he looks like.
Fuck you. I'm not showing it to Neo. Fuck you.
Damn, that's bad.
I don't need another fucking response like Kyle, Neo. It's not you specifically. I hate Kyle because I know he's fucking right about this. If I show you what he looks like, you're gonna completely agree with his take, and I don't want that right now. I gave him the Rin voice, to be fair! That wasn't his decision! I spent like fucking an hour thinking about that! It was not easy! Ah!
Make
All
it
he
look like
does
it's-
is take my credit. How does he do it?
So well, are you, fatty? This guy's a walking earthquake.
I think I'm gonna head out to bed. I am tired.
All right, man. You take care of yourself. Thanks for stopping by, mate.
Mm-hmm.
You have a nice night. And I'm also working on another fucking power scaling video too, but that's taking a little longer because I'm gonna do something really stupid with it. I did give Ren that voice! Kyle, back me up here!
What?
Did I not tell you fucking how to do Ren's voice?
You keep going out.
Did I not tell you how to...
Better be careful with these.
Did I not
Bruh.
tell you... What? Fuck. Hang on.
Stop cutting out.
Did I not tell you how to do Ren's voice?
Yes.
See? I told him, Pimp Demon, that one's me.
I pretty much did a bunch of different voices, and I did like a tone check, and you basically told me when you like it.
Lies.
It's not a lie.
Stop that. Some bullshit.
Oh, please.
At least I have you in to support me. Also, comparing Dragon Ball and Saint Seiya is kind of weird because Saint Seiya is more cosmic, but Dragon Ball is more physical. It was so caught doing the voice. Jeez, if it's not about who tells how to do it, it's about the one who does it. Damn! Damn! Oh, he's basically doing a funny Valentine on me where he's like, the person who picks up the napkin is the one who decides it first. Well, I mean, Neo's already gone. Neo doesn't support you, you support him? Ah! Pain.
Oh,
Pain. It's just a school of hard knocks for old Zim over here. I will say this game does look a little less impressive than Prototype 1. I think, I don't know if it plays... I don't know who Valentine is. He's a character from JoJo's Part 7.
what you got?
Bro, I'm so devastated. How is Alex Mercer evil? Zim, not to be rude, but unless that power scale video is a big DMC one, I don't care. It's okay. I know none of you guys care about my how powerful. That's why I don't release them half the time. I get it. I do obscure series.
Galloway.
So you getting up your bone.
But when Kyle does an obscure series, oh, it's good for him. I see how it is.
Seems to me someone should.
Man, it's a good thing no one notices you jumping through the air like that. That'd be a real big concern.
What is it that Nick Fury says in Friend or Foe? You'd be very surprised how rarely people look up.
Well, I mean, the fucking part is that that's fucking true. Also, I like Pimp Demon's like, not to be rude to him. What? That's where you're drawing the line? Kyle's new, so it's different? Damn. You ever heard that one song, New Kid in Town, by, what was it? I think it was the Eagles. Damn.
We all have to know during the white light sometimes. Tina thinks they're going to use black watches on infrastructure. Don't know. But one container's worth putting a step more than a couple thousand cubic feet. Athena gave me the location of a white light shipment that's already been. You want to get Mercer's attention? This will definitely do it.
Zim, when you gonna play more Final Fantasy mobile game?
Seen that look in your eyes before. In the eyes of people who were falling away from the world. Please, in the middle of all this, don't lose sight of yourself. You know what I'm doing, Father. Oh, I don't think you do.
Translate. You.
What?
You know Spanish? What does that mean?
I didn't see. I'm too busy trying to type a terrible sex scene. Have mercy on me, Kyle. I'm busy. I already have a new idea for a shirt. I just have to figure out how to properly word it for new one as well. No, that has nothing to do with the sex scene. That is a completely different concept. You know, I couldn't help but notice that, that's, what the fuck is with these fucking billboards in this game? Why are they all fucking torn up and shit? Also, why the fuck are all these cutscenes in black and white?
You disrupted my plan. Wasted all.
You disrupted my plan.
Everything I planned for you. Everything I've given you.
Everything I planned for you.
You're incapable of appreciating. I don't know what the you're talking about.
Appreciating it. I don't know
Such a
what
waste.
the fuck you're talking
Goodbye,
about.
Heather.
Such a waste. Goodbye, Heather. quick. But now. Would have been quick. But now I'm gonna make you suffer.
So Heller just can't be absorbed by Alex then?
Not quite sure. I'll read the guidebook and I'll let you know.
Do you think Alice would just kill him right then and there, you know, so that way he doesn't become a stronger threat?
There's some 60-foot Godzilla thing headed straight for the Wi-Fi depot.
Could Alex have beat a Hive Knight from Destiny? Probably not. Wait, when did this guy even get created?
Just then.
But he's not created in the cutscene, he's just created outside of it?
Nope.
Can Alex beat the Flood from Halo? I personally think that probably he could, because he should have a way better biological absorption and biological manipulation than the Flood is capable of. But if we give Flood like the Forerunner structures, the fucking Flood probably wins. Destiny scaling is pretty nutty from what I remember.
Isn't Destiny just gay Halo?
What?
Isn't Destiny just gay Halo?
Yeah, but it scales like super high. I think I remember that Destiny gets like 2A scaling at some point. It's basically if Borderlands and Halo decided to make a fucking kid with each other and then they got divorced. No, so the problem is that the Flood can't really destroy planets. What they can do is they can infect it. The problem is that if we're talking a battle of infecting biological material, I think Alex Mercer has that one in the bag. The only argument you can make is that the Gravemind's way smarter than Mercer. Going to bed, fixing sleep schedule. Alright, Solid Cross, you take care, man. I don't go to sleep till like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Isn't that what the rings are for? To kill the Flood?
Basically, it's meant to just wipe out all life to prevent them from spreading, yeah. The problem is for some stupid-ass reason, they took Flood samples and stored them in the rings. So the Flood survived the attack. Damn, Dana really betrayed her brother. That's fucked. Oh, is the father alive?
Get to the red zone, but then look for Dana Ware.
He died.
Damn. He didn't die, he just transcended his mortal bonds. Alex isn't really Dan's brother because it isn't Alex. I mean, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck. Man, very convenient. They found out the exact time you needed them to, right, Kyle?
Damn straight.
It's just a virus that thinks it's Alex Mercer. Yeah, I understand that, but like, it's the equivalent of like, it's still basically him, like on a biological level and everything. It's just a virus.
I mean, you can technically say anyone he's absorbed, he's technically them.
No, you ain't. In a couple of mics, I'm gonna be wearing your face.
And you want to fight? Dude, what? What? What?
What's wrong?
How the fuck? How the fuck did they not see that?
Stealthy as fuck.
I want to fucking stab you. Man, you were just being cock-blocked at every possible turn. There are key minds the size of planets that can manipulate precursor star roads, which allow them to rip apart entire planet systems. Cancel their planets, my ass. Alright, fair enough, Pimp Demon, fair enough. And I'm gonna go see how Destiny is, so bye. Fuck you, Kyle, we're calling it gay Halo. Alright, there's Pimp Demon. Thanks for stopping by, mate.
I got a question. How the fuck does a virus make that?
What the fuck is that? You know, someone asked this earlier, but like, how would you actually feel about a prototype remaster or remake?
Wouldn't really bother me.
Damn.
I mean, I prefer a prototype 3, but if they want to redo it, they can do it.
Why would you want a prototype 3 if fucking, like, Mercer's gone?
Never know.
Ah, so you're saying you like Heller more than Mercer?
Not particularly.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay with Prototype getting a remaster or remake if he'll get us Prototype 3. That is true. A remake would get you guys Prototype 3 potentially if people actually bought it. So then, Kyle, what is going to be the next game you're going to stream after these two?
The Shadow of Mordor.
You're starting Shadow. Isn't it
I'll either do that. I'll either do that on mine, or if you want, I can start like the Far Cry's.
Wait, are you going to play all the Far Cry games?
I'll start with 3.
So what Far Cry games are you planning to play then?
Hey,
Which ones are you actually planning to play?
3, 4, 5.
Wow, what about 1, 2, and 6?
1, I think you can only play on PC.
Fair enough.
2 fucking sucks. I despise the map system for 2. It's fucking unplayable.
Don't you have to actually look at a real life map?
Yes, in real time, and you have to switch to the map and look down at it in real time. It's fucking unbearable.
Shouldn't you be able to do that? Don't you drive?
I have a GPS in front of me. I don't have a fucking map in front of me. I sit on my lap.
Honestly, I kind of want to see you suffer through that bit.
Dude, it's fucking unbearable. There's a reason why they never brought that system back.
Can you not read a map in real life? Welcome back, Pimp Demon. Well,
Use maps.
What?
I use a GPS that sits on my windscreen.
So, but if you had to, could you read an actual map?
I suppose I could, but it would piss me the fuck off. I'd have to pull over.
Fair enough. The game needs to update. Damn.
I guarantee you she'll be off your grid for good.
Oh yeah, that fucking actually reminds me. I've been playing Modern Warfare 2 online recently. That game's actually pretty fun. How many blades does that helicopter have? I think most helicopter blades are 4.
Heller? Oh shit. They know I'm here. Okay, I'm sending you some coordinates. Meet me in an hour. Got it?
I'll be there.
So how many more missions do you have before you fight Alex? 3?
No. 6, maybe.
Is the game this slow in general, or is it just because of you're just doing New Game Plus?
What do you mean?
Well, because you're breathing through this game at a... Well, no, I think the game's gonna be 7 hours total?
Yeah.
No, never mind. I guess that's... Yeah, no, that's the right amount of length. Yeah, no. I know. Prototype 1 explained that, Alex died, but the virus took over his body. And I guess, even though it's basically just revived him, it's technically not him. It's the virus acting as him. He talks about that. I feel like they decided to make it just a little edgy and overly complicated. Because the virus acts completely like Alex, so it's not even, a significant difference until I'm assuming this game. But even then, I'm pretty sure this game's not even a significant departure from the character either. The problem is that this twist... I know what the twist they're going for is. It's kind of like a pseudo Sixth Sense twist. It just doesn't work in a game that doesn't develop its story or characters.
in the red zone. I know that much. Probably at some secret base.
Red zone. I know that much. Probably
He's
at some
alive.
base.
She's alive.
Yeah, we need to compare notes.
Down. We need to compare notes.
Man, Heller just trusts everybody.
The whole city is still in danger. Hey, where are you going?
Find my set the whole fucking city apart.
Where are you going?
Heller, wait. Hold on. Listen to me. Wait.
What?
Think.
Wait. Hold on.
Blackwatch announced they're trying to fuck up the whole city. Neither of them actually does it. Matter if you find Amaya. She'd die anyway.
What do you say?
Let me look for
She
her.
died
I can do that.
So what do you say?
Giving Alex and a fuck ton of guys with guns.
do
That's
that.
all you.
Dealing with Alex and a fuck ton of guys with guns. That's all.
So is it ever explained why she's basically against her brother at this point? Like in the comic, or is that just a comic thing?
No, you get a final cutscene.
I see.
Blackwatch troops are pouring into the place.
All right, I'll take a look.
Blackwatch troops are pouring into the place.
All right, I'll take a look.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I guess if you believe the Flood can destroy planets, then yeah, I guess the Flood beats Mercer, assuming Mercer can't survive in space.
You hear that? Sounds like you figured out white light making things worse instead of better.
Sounds like they figured out white light's making things worse instead of better.
So much for Mercer's grand plan.
I'll never get over the fact that they made a cure to the Blacklight virus, and somehow Alex Mercer can infect the cure. Silly.
You better give Blackwatch a hand. It's no
That's what I say then.
incinerate.
You better give Blackwatch a hand. Get those barrels into the incinerator.
Really, Kyle? Really?
What?
Could you not have moved a little to the left?
Means I'm better at your job than you are.
Don't know what you wanted from me.
Did you have to turn that guy into paste? Prototype 2 is much easier than Prototype 1.
Faster the white light gets there.
Yeah. Would you believe I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty?
You are? Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it looks kind of lame by comparison. Like, Prototype 1 wasn't exactly too crazy, but I don't know, this just feels kind of... This feels like a weaker entry into the series. I think I understand why the series died after this one.
Yeah, it dumbed down the reason people stick with the series.
You know, can I just say, I remember getting magazines from Game Informer talking about Prototype 2. I don't think Game Informer does magazines anymore, but like, when they used to do magazines, I would read their articles and they talk about Prototype 2, because the game was still coming out at that point. Fuck me, that was a long time ago.
Straight jacket, this is Riptide 1-3. We've got one of the last shipments of white light. Over. Copy that 1-3. Head straight to the incinerator. Straight jacket, we're under attack. Repeat! Infected! Get going after the white light! Riptide 1-3, this is Straight Jacket. We are sending aid. Over. 1-3. 1-3! Looks like I'm through. Over. Wait, there's someone on the road.
I say it's much easier despite me playing Prototype 1 in normal mode and still hard as fuck and I die a lot. I think the problem here is they thought that it would be cooler to just have you fight other superpowered entities, and it's kind of cool, but it also makes you seem kind of like not as special or as impressive as a result.
Please carrying that. Do you like that little hip thrust?
That was so stupid. Good lord.
Total global saturation.
Probably the most annoying part about this is that there's no explanation for who gets blacklight virus and who doesn't.
I know.
That cloud of white light's getting bigger. Hurry.
Because, I'm just saying, I'm just saying that'd be a big problem in a versus matchup. If your enemy could get the blacklight virus, that'd be a pretty big problem. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But you understand what I mean when I said, like, they basically just tried to make Alex, like, a fucking discount Wesker.
Yep. But so, I have a better question, Kyle. If the blacklight virus is so fucking viral, why do we need all these shenanigans?
Why are you asking me, like, I know their writing process? Again, these are the people who fought the rule of cool before the rule of, like, what the fuck makes sense in the actual series.
What the fuck? Oh, they found you real quick.
The white light cloud is dissipating too.
Mercer won't be pleased.
And Maya's safe. For now.
Again, the way the game treats Blacklight is not the way they treat it in lore, which is fucked.
Heller? It's Sabrina Galloway. I need to talk to you about Project Phoenix. You know what that is?
Sounds familiar.
Damn.
Trust me, you care.
Man, look at all these civilians. Wow, they are trying to kill you. Would you... So, how would you feel about an open world game that only takes place in, like, a small section of the city, but you can destroy that city almost completely? Like, that little small section. Like, if you grab something off a building, it's actually just gone off the building.
I mean, that sounds cool, but that also sounds like kind of annoying because that could fuck you over for platforming later on.
I don't know, Kyle. You're literally floating through the fucking air.
Took you long enough to get here.
What's
Lucky I came at all.
what is
You own it.
protection? We out of this fucking sinkhole?
I have intel on the Black Watch operation, and it's big. You're looking for Commander Kentrell.
Operation, and it's big. You're looking for Commander Cantrell.
Kyle, when you said about Alex having energy manipulation, are you talking about the laser eyes from the unlockable content in this game?
No, I'm talking about when he consumes Elizabeth Green. She has 2 energy attacks. The green balls are literally called energy balls in the guidebook, and the viral shockwave she uses is literally called infectious energy. And by going by that logic of him, like, absorbing her, and you see 2 different forms of energy, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for the Medusa's Wrath to actually be, like, something in the realm of possibility.
Turn off all the lights, Cantrell. But you can't protect those planes forever.
Because as soon as you acknowledge that he can use energy manipulation, him using lasers should not, like, be a problem at all for you.
You're a soldier, right? I'm sure you know how to end a lockdown.
Activate their security protocols. Lock down all the men. AKA, start a giant fucking fire.
Oh, Heller. Hope he didn't hurt your brain there.
Bitch.
How kind of those two let James finish his phone call? Too true. That was the lamest fucking drop I think I've seen in this series.
All units, Tango has been confirmed to be James Heller. Suppress him ASAP. This is Cantrell. What in Sam Hill is going on down there? I see fire all over the goddamn place.
Got a little game mechanics, too true.
Trying to force us out of lockdown.
Have you ever tried adding sugar to your cereal? Oh no! No! I feel like that ruined the milk. How did it ruin the milk? So, my issue with having the cereal situation with sugar is, to me, it kind of feels like the milk's going to get really sugary and gross because you're putting so much sugar on it. But I guess it depends on how much sugar you're putting on it. But I only have Cheerios, boys, and on occasion Cocoa Pebbles. Mainly Cheerios, though.
What cereal would you put sugar on?
Probably Cheerios.
What's wrong with honey?
You mean Honey Nut Cheerios, right?
I like those, but what's wrong with just pouring honey on cereal?
Oh, that would definitely ruin the fucking milk.
Nah, fucking beautiful.
Oh, that sounds gross.
It's really not.
Apparently he's saying put sugar on puffy pies. Damn, woman, you want to fucking wear some pants with those shorts?
Do we have to kill her?
I'm not going to judge you. I literally jumped on it first, so fun. Actually, have you ever been to a place called Trader Joe's?
No.
It's this grocery store I go to. But I've literally been buying discount Cheerios there. Because, man, they got they got the oats, the whole grain oats for $2 for a big old box of cereal. You can't say no to them prices. Well, that was easy.
Did you get the wind pattern? Yes, sir. Received them this morning. Did you get the wind pattern? Shipments. And remains saturated. The overage should drift. Once the mainland is saturated, the overage should drift out to sea. Infected removal should be total, sir. About 1.5 million non-infected. That's acceptable. Proceed.
I also tried powdered sugar on cereal. That's okay.
I've only ever used powdered sugar for cooking. I'm not really sure how you would have that with cereal. That's like saying, why use normal milk when you can eat it with condensed milk?
You like condensed milk over normal milk?
No, I'm saying that sounds like the equivalent. The only time I ever touch condensed milk is if I'm making caramel.
I've never had condensed milk. I don't think I've even used it for baking.
Dude, if you're ever gonna try it on its own, literally just dab your pinky. That's all you fucking need, and not even fully submerge it. Literally just touch the top.
It's that strong?
It's how do I put it? So you know when you have something and you
and you dab it a little bit and you taste it and you think that's alright, but then you try and have a big bit of it and you're just like, that's fucked.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's condensed milk.
Oh, that's fucked. That's how cashews are for me. I can have like a few cashews, but if I have too many, it just starts tasting gross. Man, that card was pretty strong.
Galloway, talk to me.
God, you're so rude. No gratitude at all?
Save it.
Alright. His little display with Cantrell has prompted a mandatory meeting for all of
What about drinking buttermilk?
security.
Oh,
Buttermilk. Oh shit.
man, buttermilk sounds gross to me personally.
You only ever use it if you're trying to like soften chicken or meat to cook the next day.
Is that what it's for?
That's what I use buttermilk for. If I ever make chicken schnitzels, I'll bathe the breasts in buttermilk.
What about chocolate
And
powder on cereal? Maybe, but again, like I feel like these items would ruin the milk.
So when you say chocolate powder, like the stuff that makes like instant cocoa, or like cacao powder.
Pimp Demon, answer.
Red Crown, we've spotted Heller. Please advise.
Officer 6 Lima, this is Red Crown.
Powder you add into cold milk to make chocolate milk.
Transport. Over.
Oh, oh no, that's terrible. Oh, that shit's not edible.
With cereal? Oh.
I mean, I guess it will just go into the milk.
Red Crown. How copy?
Chocolate milk is superior milk? Get the fuck out of here.
Please report
Chocolate milk isn't even superior flavored milk.
to the drop-off. Over.
Well, Kyle, what is a superior flavored milk? Oh, wise one.
Honeycomb or strawberry.
Oh, God, just have your regular milk, 2% fat.
Airborne hostiles. You want to keep the other Firehawk commanders waiting.
Just get your low-fat 2% milk. Damn. It's Mizos. Anyone here a Guilty Gear fan? I actually have Guilty Gear Strive, but I don't play it that often. And Kyle's not going to play it until fucking Slayer shows up.
I mean, I'll go for the story mode if you want.
I'm not going through the story mode. It's like a 6-hour journey of just nothing but cutscenes according to Kyle. I'm not streaming that. Fuck out of here. This is not a walkthrough channel.
I will.
Anyone here non-Aussie? Well, besides me.
Like most of the audience. I know Imp Demon's like Norwegian.
No, I know. He's the one asking.
Not bad, son. Not bad at all. Well, I better make myself.
I want to see the Far Cry 2 map thing now. I'm going to look it up real fast. Zim, you're Mexican, not Aussie. He's not wrong. My favorite Guilty Gear characters are Soul Bad Guy and Zodi 1/Eddie.
Zodi. Never heard of Zodi.
Damn.
I know a Zato, but I don't know a Zati.
Damn, you want to fight? I'm not Norwegian. I am Norsk, which translates to Norwegian, but still.
James, they're surrounding Ellis's chopper. You can't let them get him.
Don't worry. I'm on it.
Echo. Over.
Ballista 2-2, this is Hammerhead 4-3. I'm en route to your location. Just hold them off a few more mics. That was close. Good shooting, Tutu. Whole city's gone to hell, Commander. I wouldn't be resorting to Firehawk if it were any other way.
Oh yeah. So so have you actually so do you know about like the new sort of like the new like retcon for the dwarves in Ragnarok or no?
No.
You know the blue dwarf?
Oh, that he's dead?
Yeah, so like apparently he's just dead but like resurrected with only half his soul or something. I guess that's why he's blue. That just seems like such an odd character thing to add for a game that for like a fucking Pantheon that only has 2 games in it. Yeah, when I play Guilty Gear, I play characters that look cool, of course, 100%. 100%. That is the main reason I pick my mains to play as. Yep. 100%. 100%.
Red Crown, this is Oscar 6 Echo. Made it to checkpoint Beta.
Oh, Kyle, that reminds me. Do you know the metal band? Fucking obviously you know Korn, right? The metal band.
I'm aware.
Apparently they fucking originated from the town of my college. I was walking through a library from my college, and they have a whole metal section dedicated to like bands that came from the area, and one of them was Korn, and there was another band that I don't remember, but I was gonna ask you about it.
Sounds like they're not waiting around.
Are you not a fan of Korn?
Not particularly.
Fair enough. Now for the next God of War game. Lies, everyone knows Brock never died. He created the God of War book. He is the writer behind it all. No, he died. Apparently, from what I heard other people say, he died from a spider bite while making the axe.
Please tell me it was a big spider.
You don't see it. I think what Brock says is like fucking, he's like, damn, I remember I got bit by a spider one day and then I closed my eyes and I woke up and I felt weird.
Are you telling me he fucking died to a venomous reaction?
Probably.
So, are you telling me that we can just argue that characters in God of War can really just die to venomous, to just being envenomized?
To be fair, we don't know how the spider was or what the spider was, but again, I don't know if it ever actually explains how he died.
If it doesn't, then you'd have to assume he died by envenomation. That's fucking garbage.
Zim, you know he's permadeath in Ragnarok, right? Yeah.
So because you and Mangler will be done before I, will you be waiting for me to basically post all the scans if I can, or will you just be doing the video about it?
Before I make the video, I'm hoping one of you guys gets through the game so we can find any descriptions that might change context. But now that you've told me that Kratos is the guy giving the context, I don't even know if we need those descriptions at this point because they could just be like whack.
Yeah, you really wouldn't, because it's literally from his perspective now.
Anyone gonna watch Sauron versus White Person on Sunday? Kyle wants to react to it, so I don't know if he's gonna react to it on his channel or if he's gonna react to it on our channel and we'll just like do it together. Oh well, I mean it'd probably be fucking this channel, all things considered, since like he can only stream from his PlayStation. I also like the fact that Brock is the more well-adjusted of the two brothers, despite technically being the bigger asshole.
You're thinking like a white coat, son, not a soldier. Nerve gas would have caused 0 structural damage. Place could have been reoccupied in 72 hours. This way, we're looking at a total loss, both population and landscape. Strategically, it's suboptimal.
Dana, you there?
I hear you, James. Are you alright?
We need hard facts on this spy hog shit. Whatever it is, it's gonna level the whole fucking city. You on, guys. You and
I'm pretty sure God of War's done.
I'll find out everything I can.
The problem with God of War is that even if it does get a sequel, it will not be following Kratos.
Yeah.
It's pretty much gone out of the play now.
To basically be like, if it does continue, it's going to be with Atreus. And it'll just be the gathering of the giants.
Yeah, that's thanks to you. Listen, Project Firehawk is a bombing run. They're gonna burn the whole city.
already knew that. I need details.
How about a fleet of helicopters loaded with thermobaric rockets? They're hitting Red Zone first, then the rest of NYC. Now, you ever got along without me, James Teller? I'll never know.
Keep dreaming.
I mean, but logically, if we had to choose another pantheon, technically the Egyptians are still kicking. I'm gonna be honest, man. I think God of War should just call it here. I really don't think people give enough of a fuck about Atreus to play a game solo with him.
Well, let's look at it from like a versus perspective as well. Do they really want a third pantheon to fuck them over?
Of course they do, Kyle. They don't see anything wrong with this last one. Does God of War even have Eastern gods in their verse? Logically, they should. Basically, Balrog said that, like, every religion exists on the planet somewhere.
Yeah, and they're all separated, like, by, like, geographically. Which is something that a lot of people seem to conveniently ignore.
Stop it, Kyle. I just want to see gods die. Honestly, you're probably not going to get that anymore. If they've chosen a different path, you know.
Continue the mission, Bishop. Proceed with liftoff. Heller, can you hear me?
Kill everybody. They target something important.
Killing everybody. Hurry, before they target something important.
I could force them. I doubt it. It's just because I don't want to make those type of games anymore. Dude, the fact that I think Kratos only kills one god in Ragnarok is just fucking sad. Zim, I have a knife. I don't think you can force an entire studio with a knife, Pimp Demon. I'm as strong as Uber Jason. Oh yeah, so we never really talked about that fucking matchup, did we? On fucking stream, the Michael versus Jason matchup.
I mean, not since the Death Battle came out.
Well, no, like, do we ever give our thoughts on the death battle on stream or no?
Yeah, essentially that like Jason should take the fight pretty handedly.
Yeah, and he did, even though, well, so they kept saying, I remember I was annoyed about this, they kept saying Michael scaled to Jason. Like, they literally said they were comparable in strength and everything, and I'm just like, bro, where are those feats at? Where are the Michael feats at? What the hell? Also, the actual fight itself was kind of... Is that your first death?
Let's put it this way. The fight was kind of trash.
Yeah. If God of War and Azura's Wrath in the same universe, Kratos will go to the east, but he'll be confused as to why the gods are not. Azura's daughter will pop out of nowhere. You know, I could do that matchup now, Kratos versus Azura, but I'm pretty sure Azura's going to take it at this point. Oh, yeah. So, I did not realize this, but when the God of War guys showed up, fucking, they brought the Blue with them the last time when they were talking with fucking Samaj and shit. I completely forgot the Blue was the guy who recorded the devil, like, debate for them. And I low-key kind of want to mute him on the server because I do not want to deal with the fifth one of them. He hasn't done anything bad, but like I just don't want to deal with them being able to bring in a fifth member.
It's like, why can't he stay? Because you guys are annoying enough. We don't need any more of you fuckers.
Listen, I got, like, man's alright for the most part, but like I gotta deal with, when you guys are together, you guys are just not easy, like, times to manage. And now you're bringing in another one? No sirree, not for Zim. Oh. Hang on. Apparently we finally got the fucking sex bot here. Good lord.
I just can't be anywhere near it.
Do you die again? So Kratos took the Halloween Ends route? I'm just saying, on a personal opinion, there is no reason to have another God of War game.
Sounds like the jackpot.
Sending you the location. You destroy that, you destroy any hopes they have of leaving New York a smoldering mess.
They said something dumb like they both survived similar explosions with equal durability. The problem is that Jason technically got 2 boosts since that explosion feat.
Well, the problem is that they tried to act like there wasn't a difference between Jason pre and post resurrection, and they were using a lot of like pre-resurrection feats.
Sup, Triple? Okay, I'm almost fucking done with this prologue. Holy shit. Doing your book? Yeah, working on the book.
Yeah. At this point, when it comes to the God of War guys, we're basically at the point where we're pretty much ready to go to war when it comes to the scaling of God of War now.
It wouldn't be so bad, but it's also like they show up and they pick fights too. I didn't exactly appreciate how they treated Triple the last time.
And also the fact that like they tried to fight Samaj, and it's like,
Oh yeah, I
why?
meant
Why
Samaj,
are
not
you guys
Triple.
so dead set on like trying to die on this fucking hill?
Yeah, that was not exactly something I
Like
appreciated.
that'll always be a great comeback. You scale God of War.
Triple's asking how you are, Kyle.
I'm doing well.
They also ignored the movie novels which state Jason got stronger when he returned from hell. They use comic feats but does not actually scale to Jason, and it's not because it's non-canon. Well, Death Battle wouldn't care about non-canon or canon. They'll use anything for a character. I'm surprised they didn't fucking bring out fucking... I'm surprised they didn't use Jason from MK fucking X.
Don't forget the rest of those choppers.
Talk to me like a dog, bitch.
I'm surprised they didn't try and say that like Michael is faster because of like he can move in the entity's realm in Dead by Daylight.
I'm surprised they didn't even use Dead by Daylight. There's a lot of things I'm surprised they didn't use.
Well, Dead by Daylight, like by their rules, would fall under fair use because it doesn't contradict anything.
Yeah, but MK Jason also is technically fair game, as far as I know. Oh, wow. You just decked that helicopter, I see. I hope to make a Prototype 3 in the Darkness 3 one day. You know, I'll say this. I'm surprised the Darkness didn't get a third game, because from what I remember, the Darkness 2 was actually a pretty, like, well-received game.
I liked 1 better than 2.
Really. If I remember correctly, one of the things that made the Darkness kind of interesting is that at one point your girlfriend's asking you to watch a movie, and you can actually watch the whole movie with her for, like, the whole, like, 2 hours.
Yeah. You can also sit down and watch like old Popeye cartoons.
Does she even talk throughout the movie or no?
I think she does.
I was gonna say, because like if they actually give voice dialogue and shit for that like 2 hours, that'd be awesome. So what they said is, well, Jason fought Uber Jason in the comics, so Zombie Jason should be close to Uber Jason. My biggest problem with this is, in fact, that ain't Zombie Jason, it's a clone who's stronger. Wait, what? Wait, hang on, what? Are you telling me that feat was wrong?
Come on. The way I see it, I helped you. And then I helped you some more. So you owe me.
That's the way you see it, huh?
You know it's true. But here's the... Come here. We work well together.
Which franchise's second game do you like over the first?
Let's get the hell out of this place. Forget
I like the darkness.
we could build something
1 better than I do 2. You can just do more in the Darkness 1. There's just more shit to do. The Darkness 2 is just extremely linear.
They
And there's
also have a
nothing to do.
post-analysis that Leatherface is supernatural. That was the entire mission? Oh, that was the end of it. It's literally a clone made out of Jason, other humans, and nanomachines. The actual Jason is Uber Jason. That's fucked. I actually heard Leatherface and Leatherface and Jason being friends was a little interesting. No! Oh yeah, fucking Newman asked me if like I have anything to commission, so I don't know if I should commission a new thumbnail for the How Powerful Other Side or not. I have an idea for it, but I still gotta sit down and fucking learn how to do certain things.
Well, I just paid $65 for a new thumbnail, so I'm probably gonna be waiting like a week or two to commission the actual fight thumbnail for Alex.
Wait. 60 was it 65 just for that one Uncharted?
Yeah.
That's fair. There's like fucking like 12 characters there. Wait, weren't you gonna commission a thumbnail for the nobody? Or the unknown, not the nobody, the unknown?
I might get to it eventually.
Oh, you wanna know what? I bet it wasn't the characters. I bet it was fucking the actual Tiki design thing, because he did a really solid job there.
Oh yeah. I am very happy with how that turned out.
So your avatar just has a human body with a fucking Balrog head? You couldn't even go for the full like Balrog body?
Hey, no one's the one who comes up with that design.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, it's a great thumbnail, but that's funny. Dude, I would charge you way less to make a thumbnail. Like, what the fuck? So DBZ, this is completely original artwork. It's not he's commissioning illustration. It's not like a thumbnail like what you normally see on YouTube. You know?
It's not like somebody's getting shit and putting it in the Photoshop.
Yeah. No,
Like,
he's
this
like
is
doing like a completely original picture commission.
Like, if you go on my channel, all of my live stream thumbnails are all illustrations that he's done.
I've only had a few live stream. Well, actually, no. All of my live streams have one of his illustrations on them. They're just not unique to the game because Newman has too many commissioners, and unless it's my novel, I feel bad keeping them to myself. What games would you all like to see a reboot, sequel, or return? I'd love to see a remake or a remaster of the original Warriors game for PS2. Either that or a remaster of the original Lord of the Rings games, like 2 and 3. That'd be sick.
I'd say I'd either want a remake of the Lord of the Rings games or I'd want a remaster of the King Kong game.
Oh, the King Kong game remastered would be god tier.
Same soundtrack, just updated models and graphics. It would look fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, DBZ, yeah, no. Newhin's our illustrator. I mean, he's my illustrator, but basically at this point he works for like half the other people in the server, so he's our illustrator now. Even Skelly proves this Jason is stronger, like in the movie, Jason lost to the android who couldn't do shit to Uber Jason. Meanwhile, this Jason did far better against Uber than that, what the android did. Damn. You're gonna save the last couple of missions for next time, Kyle?
Yeah, it's getting kind of late.
Alright, that's fine. Alright, so with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next streamer video. Again, for those of you who are unfamiliar, Kyle does have his own channel. He streams every Thursday, he streams every tomorrow. He's streaming he's streaming fucking
Tomorrow
Uncharted.
I'm continuing streaming Uncharted.
You forgot it for a second too. Yeah, no. So he's gonna continue streaming Uncharted on his channel. Stop on by if you guys want to see that. I usually show up as a guest, sometimes early, sometimes not, depending on when he invites me to the party. And yeah. So besides that, there won't be a stream till Sunday. I'm gonna start playing Pedal to the Metal, and I got essays to take care of for school, and I gotta what's his channel? And don't say what the events could be in different comics. None of the events are clearly the same. I have already posted his channel in my comment feed, where like I do like text posts. But if not, just look up Balrog Blaze. Whenever he comments on streams, just go to that channel. If not, it should be on the community tab on my channel. I've already linked it once before. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. Kyle make more scaling videos. He's working on it.
I am. I'm currently working on. For a versus match, I'm working on Alex Mercer versus Albert Wesker, and power scaling wise, I'm finally living up to my promise, and I'm finally doing a How Powerful Drago from Bakugan.
Everyone's waiting in anticipation, but no Mexican characters.
I mean, maybe one day we can collaborate and do Machete.
It's Machete, you uncultured swine. Alright, yeah, so with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next stream of